Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm look back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, learning champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and we are here for the final week of the 2021 high school football season, in the regular season anyway, and we are getting ready for senior night here at Collinsville High School as Collinsville gets ready to take on the Centralia Orphans. So we're on a little bit early because we are going to cover the senior night festivities before we get to the action and the pregame interview and all that good stuff. So we will be getting underway here in just a moment with the senior night festivities as your Collinsville Kahawks look to clinch a playoff home game. If they can win here tonight against Centralia, they'll be 8-1, and they'll be in the driver's seat as far as getting a home game in the first round of the IHSA Class 7A playoffs. And the Centralia Orphans, they're coming in here tonight at 4-4, so they need a victory to try to hope to secure a playoff spot. And their points are already up there because of their competition. So if they win this game tonight, they have an opportunity to clinch that playoff spot. And Collinsville will have to wait and see if they would go on the road or have a game at home. So a lot on the line here tonight for your Collinsville Kahawks. Somebody fall down coming up the stairs? Fell down the stairs while she was coming up the stairs? I don't know. Coin toss at middle field right now, and we got some seniors out there. Travion and Damian Swagger, 2 of them, and so we'll have to wait for the coin toss to get going. I was told that the festivities would get underway at 6:30, so I came on a little early in hopes to get everything done on time before we have to get to the senior night festivities. So I guess we didn't take into consideration that the captains had to be out for the coin toss first. So senior festivities are delayed just a bit as we look at midfield and see the coin toss going on. As they explain everything, normally it doesn't take this long. Well, they just flipped the coin and now it's rolling around on the ground. So looks like Centralia may have won as the referee goes over and talks to their quarterback. They ask what they want to do. So they have declined, and that means Collinsville will get the ball first, and Centralia will get it to open up the second half. And Collinsville will be defending the north end zone to begin this game. That's why they have them lined up on either side of the 50-yard line. And now we know all that going on. Now we can get to the senior night festivities, hopefully. See, I had this planned out so I could come on right at 6:30 and start this senior game stuff, and always got to have that wrinkle in the program. Now it looks like we're about ready to go, and as soon as we are, we'll turn everything over to Jim Sika, the PA announcer here at Kahok Stadium. As soon as they give him the thumbs up, we'll be on the way here. Makes for scintillating television down here. Wait for Coach Smith to give everybody last-second instructions down there at the north end zone. And then maybe we'll be on our way here. Pretty soon we're going to start cutting into pregame interview time here, kids. The coach. Well, we'll get there sooner or later. I can hum. See, I should have some music playing or something. Yeah, well, you know, everybody's getting ready for senior night. So I'm sure that Jim Sika doesn't want to speak over music. Here comes a late one trotting onto the field now. Oh, is this where I'm supposed to be? All right. Looks like we're about ready to go, so we'll turn everything over now to the PA announcer here, Jim Sika.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are honoring our senior football players, their parents, and guardians. Introducing our football seniors, number 2, Pregame Swigert, and his brother, number 10, Damian Swigert. They are both rescued by mom, Natasha Caleb, and Dad Charles Swigert.
Oh, we up at Massey. Actually, I had open.
Pregame plans to go and play either football or basketball in college. Damian plans to continue his education and football career at Eastern Illinois University. Number 8, Jeremiah Mosley. He is escorted by his mom, Lakeisha Smith, and his dad, Robert Mosby, and stepmom, Bianca Mosby. Jeremiah plans to continue his Thomas Hills. He is escorted by his mom, Carol, and his dad, Thomas Hills Sr. Thomas plans to go to college while majoring in pre-med chemistry and participating in football and track. Number 13, Colin Vogel. Colin is escorted by his dad, Michael.
I guess they sprayed wasp earlier, and this is slick through here. Just giving you a heads up. Yeah, I noticed that earlier when I come up here. It's like, that's kind of slick. And that's probably where that girl could have been slipped on.
Number 50, Sam Kohler. Sam is escorted by his mom, Susan Kohler, and dad, Kevin Kohler. Sam plans to continue his education at Lindenwood University. Number 78, Aaron Phillips. Aaron is escorted by his mom, Alexis Phillips, and dad, Dale Phillips. Aaron plans to continue his education in college and play football. And number 79, Kevin Meza. He is escorted by his mom, Jack Meza, and dad, Ron Meza. Kevin plans to continue his education by going to a grade school.
You got me. It's a little warmer than the cold weeks, so sometimes that's better than nothing. Feel good, you? That's all matters. Still going.
A couple of years ago, I had a big fat red one. I was sitting there in the tree. I got my bolt, one that's standing there, my bolt bag screwed into. You know, it's a tree. I stand there. So I'm sitting there, you know, sit there long enough to kind of just get in the wallow land. And I look over and it's sitting right on my bolt holder.
And those are our senior football players, their parents and guardians.
I think just grab an arrow and stab it.
They put in a lot of years, so blood, sweat, and tears. And that's what the football players are doing.
And there you have a look at the 9 seniors that are on the team this year. I believe one of them was absent today. So there a look at your 2021 senior football players. And we'll take a break and come back and get things underway here on the Chiropractics Works pregame show on the Kahok Sports.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are at Kahok Stadium. It is Friday Night Lights, and it's the final game of the regular season, senior night here for your Collinsville Kahawks football team, as they look to go 8-1 on the year and secure that home playoff berth for sometime next week. Joining us now on the pregame show is Collinsville's head coach Colton Rhodes. Coach, 54-0 win at Alton Marquette Saturday afternoon. Slow start, got a TD in the first quarter, but man, what a second quarter that was with 5 touchdowns. What was the difference in the 2 quarters?
So first quarter, first drive, obviously with 1 play touchdown was awesome. Second drive, fumbled. Third drive, we were lining up in the wrong formations. We were getting penalties. I called a timeout, kind of chewed their butts a little bit, and seemed to kind of pick up after that. We started making the difference in the second quarter, making all the correct reads and just getting the ball in place to our playmakers, and they knew what to do out there.
Let's go back to that first touchdown. Ryan McIntyre throws a nice block on the screen that sprung Jeremiah Mosby for that touchdown. Defenses keying in on Richardson, Swaggart, and Pinnell. Does that kind of leave Mosby unexposed? So a 2-part question. Talk about McIntyre's block on that screen, and then talk about the unexposed Mosby.
Yeah, no, McIntyre did a great job. He didn't have to block him long. He got in his way just enough, and the way they were lining up 10 deep on both our receivers over there made an easy call to call the screen right there, and he did a great job. And then, but definitely we need to be able to spread the ball around to the left side of the field a little bit more, and not just focus in on the right side there with Swaggart and Pinnell, and then we got Richardson in the backfield. If we can get the ball over there to the left to McIntyre and Mosby and whoever else is over there, I really think that'll open up everything, kind of give everybody a little bit more space.
Forcing 5 turnovers is a lot better than committing 5 turnovers, wouldn't you say?
Oh man, that felt good to finally get on that side of things. Bounce right back and get the turnover margin in our favor. That felt good. Everybody on the defense was flying to the ball. We had 2 fumbles and 3 picks. Yeah, that felt good to get on that side of it.
Defense not only forced those turnovers, but forced a lot of 3 and outs. And Marquette only managed 4 first downs and in the game, and a total of 71 yards offense, if I do my math correctly. That's not even the length of a football field. Yeah, no,
they played pretty lights out there, especially in the first half when we had most of the starters in, and they're flying around making plays. Anytime you only give up 70 yards, that's a great effort from your defense. I can't ask for anything else.
And your offense continues to click as well, man. You got over 300 yards of offense once again.
Yeah, that's the goal. If we can get 300 every game, I think we're going to be in every game. But I think we got close to 300 against Mount Zion. But when you turn over 5 times, that's a different story. So keep getting that 300 yards, whether that's running, passing, or hopefully a little of both. And I like our chances.
All right, Ethan Bagwell, Amari Rogers-Parrott, Seth Sorensen, Connor Corradini. You got a lot of underclassmen that saw a little bit of varsity action last week.
Yeah, no, it was a nice. We got Well, you didn't have another backup quarterback after Bagwell, and we let Bagwell get a series in the third quarter, and then after that, I needed a quarterback, and Amari played freshman for our JV team. He's been the wide receiver for us, and I said, hey, you're going to learn quarterback at halftime. So we taught him quarterback at halftime, and he made some plays out there, getting the touchdown for himself. So that was good to see. And then Connor and Seth got some carries too, and did what they could with the ball. You love to see that when the young guys get out there and the upperclassmen are on the sidelines cheering for them.
All right, senior night here. I don't want you to talk about each individual 9 seniors that you have, but talk about this group of seniors you have this year.
No, this group of seniors I have this year is pretty special. Obviously, my first year as a head coach, we've got 9 guys out here that have shown some resiliency coming back out to football, even though the first 3 years here have kind of been a little bit up and down, struggling a little bit in the win column, but they came out, they've worked hard all year long and shown that resiliency, like I said, to stay with this team and kind of get that winning season and end their senior year on a good note. At least that's what I'm hoping for in the next couple games.
All right, so what do we know about the Centralia Orphans that can help you win this game for those seniors and to get that all-important 8th win?
Centralia, they've played a really tough schedule so far. They're 4-4, so they're going to come in ready to go. They need this win for a playoff game, so they're going to treat it that way, and we need this win so we can get a home playoff game. So it's going to be a big game for both teams. We're meeting here for the first time in a couple years. Last time they were here, they blanked us. So hopefully our guys are ready to battle and kind of get that bad taste out of our mouth too.
Yeah, and as weird as it is, man, you got some starters out here tonight that were playing against that team in 2019 as freshmen.
Yeah, I know Colby did, and I'm sure Trey was playing when he was a sophomore too, and a couple other guys, maybe Damian too. But yeah, so hopefully they can remember that and remember that feeling they had after they lost 28-0, and we can kind of use that as some more motivation to get this last win and lock up that home field for next week.
All right, what's the key to victory for your team tonight?
Everybody does their job, holds on to the football, and we limit their big plays. They can get some big plays. They've got a decent receiver out there they like to get the ball to. He's kind of quick, so if we can limit his plays and stop their run, we'll be just fine. So that'll be our goals.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Colton Rhodes, your Collinsville Kahok head football coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw some starters at you, and if we have some time, we'll throw some more names and some more numbers at you, too. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
And we welcome you back once again to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey will be along in here a little while as we get you ready for this game between Collinsville and Centralia. Doing things a little backwards today. Normally we come on and give you information first and then go to the pregame interview, but because of senior night, we did a little bit backwards. So here we go. Collinsville, they come in at 7-1 under their first-year head coach Colton Rhodes. Centralia, they come in at 4-4 under Brad Goway. He is in his third year, and he brings with him a overall record of 11-12. Orphans went 3-6 under Goway in his first season. That was 2019, and then went 4-2 in last year's COVID-shortened spring schedule. 4-4 this year. Won their first two games of the year over Salem 35-28 and Gateway STEM Academy 33-0. They then lost their next two games, 42-7 to Muscuda, who, by the way, lost their first game of the year last week, 29-27 to Highland. Plus a 38-14 home loss to Carbondale. And then Centralia picked it back up, won at Altoff in week 5, 44-28. Then lost another two in a row, 47-7 at Cahokia, and then 37-6 to Marion at home. And then they rebounded last week with what I hear was a sloppy game. 14-7 win versus Mount Vernon. They had a little bit of rain last Friday as well. So back on the winning track are the Centralia Orphans at 4-4, and they need to win tonight to hope to get a playoff spot. They've probably got enough playoff points already. A win would get them just a little bit closer. Collinsville, they are coming off of their second shutout of the season with the 54-0 win at Alton Marquette Saturday afternoon. They won 41-0 at Alton in week number 3 against the Alton Redbirds. So 2 games at Public Stadium this year at Alton West Elementary School in Collinsville has put up a 95-0 score in those two games. Their second time scoring 54 points this season. They had a 54-28 win versus Granite City in week number 6, and that obviously matches the most points scored in a game since a 59-28 win over, of all teams, Edwardsville back in week number 4 of the 2008 season. These two teams did meet in the 2019 season finale. That was the first year that Collinsville did not play in the Southwestern Conference, and that game was right here at Kahok Stadium. And the Orphans won 28-0 in the 0-9 season that was, and suffered their third and final shutout of that year. Only 159 yards of offense for the Kahawks, and they had, well, their freshman quarterback at the time, Colby Anderson. He was in because Chris Chai was injured that year. Anderson went 2 for 5 for just 22 yards in that game. Travion Swaggart was a sophomore in that contest. He actually threw a pass, completed it for 55 yards to freshman at the time, Jerry Richardson. Swaggart was the running back during that game, and he ran the ball 12 times for 22 yards. Both of Colby Anderson's passes in that game were to Travion Swaggart. So if the Kahawks win, they most likely secure a home game for the first round of the playoffs. It would be only the second home playoff game in 23 years, only the second home playoff game ever. The 1998 team that went 8-1 lost to East St. Louis here, 20-14, back in 1998. So a little bit of information for you, and we're still a few minutes away from kickoff. Talk a little bit about Centralia. They have not been in the playoffs since the 2017 year. They went 7-3 that year under Bobby Brarenson. He was there for 4 years, went 19-20. 2 times they qualified for the playoffs. Their first ever head coach at Central, Arthur Trout, he was there from 1925 to 1950. That's 26 years. Had a pretty good record, 153 wins, 73 losses, and 18 ties. Jim Evers then took over from 51 to 66, so he was there for 16 years. And another good record, 110 wins, 35 losses, and 7 ties. Don Smith then was there from 67 to 79 for 13 years. Had a winning record as well. 71 wins, 47 losses, and 4 ties. Smith guided the Orphans to the playoffs. The very first year the playoffs were held in the state of Illinois was 1974, and he took that team to the playoffs under a 9-2 records. 3 coaches in the first 55 years of the program, and Goe now, the current coach, is the school's 12th coach since 1980. Overall for the program, 8 times they've qualified for the playoffs, went to the quarterfinals in 1974, beat Massac 32-7 in the preliminary round before they lost to Mattoon in quarterfinal action 32-6. 2015 they went back. They beat Marion 35-34 before losing in round 2, 29-28 to Peoria. And in 2016 they beat Mahomet Seymour 44-0 before losing to Washington 23-16 in the second round. Collinsville, as you know, has only been in the playoffs 3 other times, and the only one home game was the one here against East St. Louis that they lost. So the other 2 were on the road, 1996, and the last time that Collinsville made the playoffs, 2010. Centralia won the coin toss. They elected to defer, so Collinsville will get the ball back. Will get the ball first, And back deep, Travion Swaggart and Jerry Richardson awaiting the kickoff from Will Graham, the 5'10 junior. It is a skipper that goes all the way into the end zone, and that one is going to go as a touchback. No Ethan Bagwell today. He was listed as a starter early this morning, but ended up missing school because he was sick, so he's under the weather and not here. So your defensive lineman, Dalton Hersey, a junior, 5'11", 240 pounds. Max Link, a junior at 5'11 and 205, and Sam Kohler, a senior at 5'11 and 219. Your linebackers, Damian Swaggart, senior, 5'10", 215. Isaiah Norton, a sophomore at 5'10 and 185, and Eric Stuber, a junior at 6 foot 161. We'll get to the secondary in just a moment as we welcome in Dr. Chris McCluskey to the fold. How you doing there, Doc?
Hey, Todd. Happy Friday, sir. Thanks for having me back.
You are always welcome. Here is a snap by Collinsville and a run for Jerry Richardson up to the 25-yard line. So Richardson gains 5 on the play. So Anderson at quarterback, Richardson at running back, wide receivers, Travion Swaggart, Isaiah Gordon, Jeremiah Mosby, and Ryan McIntyre. Your line consists of Kevin Mesa at left tackle, Max Link at left guard, Javier Oseguera at center, Dalton Hersey at right guard, and the right tackle is Aaron Phillips. 2nd down and 5 for Collinsville from their own 25-yard line. Anderson in the shotgun once again. Has Jerry Richardson over his right-hand shoulder, 2 wide receivers either side. Will throw it behind the line of scrimmage, and it's complete to Norton.
Isaiah Gordon,
excuse
sophomore.
me. I knew I had an Isaiah, but it was like wrong one. Norton or Gordon, take your pick.
Yeah, he made a nice snag. That ball had some zip on it from Anderson, and Gordon snagged that puppy and turned upfield in a hurry and got himself some positive yardage on the play.
So it brings up a 3rd down and a long 2 to go. Swaggart, the lone wide receiver over here on this side. 3 wide receivers, trips left. And again, Richardson the lone setback. Here's the snap. And the handoff goes to Richardson. He's got room. He's got a first down. He's to midfield. Puts on a spin move. Puts on some afterburners. And he's finally brought down by Chance Corson, who plays quarterback when the Orphans have the ball on offense, and he probably just saved a Collinsville touchdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jerry Richardson Show. It didn't take long to get him going, did it?
Nope, not at all. Usually doesn't. 1 or 2 runs, and he's already got the juices flowing, and he broke off a good one there. That's a nice gain with 10:35 left to play here in this first quarter. Collinsville deep into Orphan territory. 1st and 10 from the Centralia 32. Another handoff goes to Richardson. This time he tries up the middle, gets to the line of scrimmage before he's pushed back. They'll probably be giving him a yard.
Yeah, Richardson, one of the premier backs in the entire St. Louis metro region. All of you tuning in at home tonight are in for a real treat, not only with a great Kahok team, but I've said before in football there's a term called playmaker. And Jerry Richardson, friends, is a playmaker. He's the definition.
Richardson comes into this game with 131 carries, 1,153 yards. That is the most rushing yards at Collinsville since 1999.
Mr. Eric Stewart, I believe.
Yes, it was. Eric Stewart gained 1,213, if memory serves me correctly. Another run that goes up the middle, and the same result, just a 1-yard gain. So 2 1-yard runs by Richardson has got Collinsville facing a 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 8 from Centralia's 30.
Yeah, big 3rd down. I always like to acknowledge sportsmanship. Big lineman from Centralia helped Richardson up after that run, and you always like to see that on a high school football field.
Colby Anderson coming into this game, 66 of 124 passes complete, 1,206 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Anderson back to pass. He looks deep. He's got Swaggart all alone. Oh, baby, touchdown. A 30-yard strike from Anderson to Swaggart, and Swaggart was he could have caught a bus and nobody would have touched him.
Yeah, Swaggart runs a skinny post pattern. Colby Anderson delivers the ball right on the money, and he was so excited. I think he was in the end zone to congratulate Swaggart almost before the ball was there.
So Collinsville goes on top here early, and Swaggart could have ran into the student body cheering section, which is down at the south end zone nowadays.
Hey, a new look.
They set it up that way for this game and for the soccer sectionals, which start here Tuesday. Andrew Chai sends one through the uprights. Nope, he missed. Just a little bit wide to the left, and it'll be a 6-0 lead here early in the first quarter for Collinsville on a 30-yard strike from Colby Anderson to Travion Swaggart, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
We welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. I guess the theme for the night for the student body cheering section is dress up as an old person. And you can see the student acting like Grandpa walking in front of us here with the flag. He's got a cane, he's got a robe, he's in his pajamas. That's some funny stuff. And him and Walter Mathau and the old grumpy dudes are passing each other right in front of us. That's just hilarious.
Oh, that is great.
Look at them with their suspenders on, acting like old people. I don't even know if they act like old people. I
Hopefully
wonder if they're thinking, okay, I got to act like a 50-year-old.
Oh, man. I wouldn't know, Todd.
I don't know.
Hopefully they don't start quoting the movie as well.
Yeah, okay, because that could get kind of nasty. 9:07 left to play here in this first quarter. Collinsville on top first, 6-0 on a 30-yard touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Travion Swaggart. And I was talking to Colton Rhodes off camera, and he was worried about the kids running into the crowd of the student body cheering section down there. I'm like, well, if they're running that direction and they are in the touchdown line, they just keep on running into the crowd. Swaggart didn't do that, though.
No, he did not. That's cool that the Kahok crazies got to watch him score that touchdown right in front of him.
Andrew Chai kicks it off and is taken at the 20-yard line, and not a lot of room there for Camden Newcomb. He gets about 4 yards on the return, And Centralia will start 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Carson Green is their quarterback, 62 of 137 through the air this year for 676 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He also can run the ball pretty well. 60 times he's ran the ball, 294 yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns on the year for the 5'9", 145-pound junior quarterback for the Orphans.
The Centralia Orphans, home of one of my guys, Mason Blakemore, last year, and he got himself on the squad at Northern Illinois University and is having a heck of a year.
Throw on 1st down, and they throw it to the line of scrimmage, and just getting past a tackle that was missed over there by Isaiah Gordon, and that's positive yardage for about 6 on the play when Gordon could have had him for no gain almost.
Yeah, Gordon missed the tackle, but the safeties did a nice job of coming in behind and cleaning up the mess, and that will leave Centralia with a 2nd and what looks like a long 3.
2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Shotgun with 1 lone setback, and the lone running back gets the carry. That is Elijah Johnson. Johnson gets a 1st down, and he's got more. He's off to the races, and no one's going to catch him today. And that's a big, big run of 68 yards for Elijah Johnson of Centralia. And just like that, we are tied.
Yeah, another missed tackle, that time by number 22, Eric Stuber. Tried to fill the gap and just simply didn't wrap up. He tried to hit him. Their secondary blockers did a great job of sealing our backs. It's tough to seal Anderson and Jerry Richardson, but that's exactly what they did, and results in a quick 6 points by the Centralia Orphans.
You are not kidding there. That will bring on the kicker, Will Graham. He has hit 19 of 21 extra points this year, and he hits that one, so make it 20 of 22, and just like that, Centralia has a 6-0 lead, and Collinsville will get the ball back after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. So 2 quick scores by both teams. Collinsville hits on a 30-yard touchdown pass. Centralia, a 68-yard touchdown run by their running back Elijah Johnson, who came into this game. 67 carries for 404 yards and 3 touchdowns, and make it 4.
Yeah, they ran that ball right where Bagwell would have been. So probably scouting reports out. I'm sure that Coach Colton Rhodes is going to let those fellas know that ball's coming your way here today, folks.
Sure is. Another kickoff coming for Will Graham. And back deep, Richardson and Swaggart. Swaggart takes it at the 8-yard line, moves his way forward. He's got some blockers, makes a zig, makes a zag, and pushes back one would-be tackler, and then a gang of others come in there. He was finally wrapped up by Daryl Jones, the sophomore for the Orphans.
Yeah, Swaggart just carried about 6 Orphans, about 5 yards on that run back. That was a determined young man. What a nice effort to give Collinsville some pretty decent field position.
Not bad at the 39-yard line. So they'll start from there on their second possession of this game. 8:03 left on the clock. Orphans up 7-6. Those missed extra points are starting to become a little bit more often for Andrew Chai. Hope we can get that figured out.
Yeah, and I tell you what, here comes athletic director Clay Smith running the show. Kudos to him for setting up that student section down at the end zone.
Yeah, there's a run by Richardson, and Richardson goes a little bit off left tackle and gets about 4 yards, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I think I noticed we had a different kicker in last game. I had heard that we had a soccer guy come over.
Yeah, Colin Ogle, toward the end of the game, Andrew Chai was in there for most of it. But
right.
Even at the end, they started replacing some of the starters because it was a lopsided game. So.
Well, I just saying apparently we have options at this point in time.
Yeah, we do.
So it would be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, we will. There's a snap and a pass that's going to go to Richardson. He gets wrapped up immediately by Caleb Wright, the 5'10", 215-pound senior for Centralia, and that's a big loss. That's going to bring up a third down and about 11.
Well, that was sophomore Darren Pinnell's blocking assignment, and he just got stood straight up and thrown out of the way, and unfortunately that resulted in loss of yardage for the Kahawks.
Yeah, they're going to mark it back at the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be a third down and 10. And Collinsville will have to pick up yet another third down. This year on third downs, they have converted 38% of those. Not a bad number. Not like fourth down, though. Fourth down, they've committed 48% of fourth downs. Richardson, and he'll roll out. Colby Anderson will. He'll throw it over the head of his intended receiver, Pinnell, and that's going to bring up fourth down, and I would imagine Collinsville is going to have to punt.
If they don't, you've got to seriously question the decision-making
Yeah.
skills of the
I hear
coaching
ya.
staff, right? If there was ever a time to punt, it is
Damian
now.
Swaggart's going to be punting now? Looks like it, huh? That would be another Bagwell job,
you
too.
might see Colby punt, actually. I think you're going to see Anderson.
Anderson's not out there.
Yeah. Back on the...
Oh, all the way back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Swaggart's just on the line. There's a snap. It's high. Anderson kicks it. Not too bad. And it takes a nice Kahok roll. And it'll end up being down at the 20-yard line. Pretty good punt there by the Kahok quarterback / punter.
Yeah, excellent punt. And that puts the ball back at the 20 for the Orphans for their second possession. And so we'll see if the Kahawk defense can't reconvene and force a 3-and-out.
Mayor Miller and his lovely wife Diane watching tonight's game.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Diane. We appreciate your support.
6:45 left to go here in this first quarter, 7-6 in favor of Centralia. Centralia comes in at 4-4. They are fighting for a playoff spot. Collinsville trying to secure a home playoff game next week. Man in motion, and the handoff is going to go, wrapped up immediately, and not going a lot of anywhere was Elijah Johnson. And the Kahawks, nice job on the defense there. That's exactly what they need.
Yeah, number 52, Dalton Hersey, basically just dumped his man and was in the backfield before Centralia knew what happened.
Coming up on 6:20 to play here in this first quarter, 7-6 in favor of Centralia. Excuse me.
Centralia is taking an audible off the sideline. They all checked their wristbands.
I thought they were all looking to see what time it was.
Here we go.
All right, here's Carson Green in shotgun. Sends a man in motion. That's Jacob Brooks. Brooks settles in as a slot receiver over here on the near side. And Carson bluffs like he was going to pass. Then he throws the ball, and he completes it. But, it was dropped at the last moment there by Camden Newcomb. And that's going to bring up a third down. Did they go ahead and give it to him?
He called that a completion.
He
was
did.
standing behind him, but that young man dropped that football.
Well, they gave him a 2-yard gain on the play, so he must have caught it down there in front of the coaching staff and the players, so I couldn't really see if the ball was caught or not. I guess I have to trust the referee. And it's third and long anyway. Third down and 8. 3 wide receivers on the right side. One over here on the near side, and Elijah Johnson is the lone setback. Looks like they wait till the last second to get their plays from the coaching staff, don't they?
And here the Collinsville crowd's figuring things out. The bleachers are rumbling on third down. I love to see that.
There's a snap. Carson back to pass. Looks to his right, throws to his right. Has a man open, but that man's going to be pushed out of bounds and almost fumbled the ball.
Yeah, I think it was a completion, and he fumbled it out of bounds.
Well, they're going to say it was incomplete. They're going to put it right back at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be fourth down. So both teams, after scoring touchdowns on their first touches, have been held to a 3-and-out on their second touch.
Well, the second 3-and-out I'm good with.
Yeah, me too. I'm hearing you there.
Let's fix the first one.
Will Graham, also the punter, handles the kickoff duties, the extra point duties, and the punt duties. And back at midfield, Jerry Richardson for your Collinsville Kahawks. We've seen him break off some run backs on kickoffs and punts. How about another one?
Exciting.
End over end, and that one's going to take a turn, and it's on a bounce. Richardson gets tugged from behind at about the 44-yard line. So Collinsville will start this possession in Orphan territory.
Well, field possession game, right? I mean, two teams have 3 and outs, but Collinsville wins the field possession game. So at the end of the day, the net effect is it's almost like we got 2 first downs.
The Wellens are watching too. Nathan Wellen, the proud papa of Brianna, big softball player for Collinsville. They're watching too. I know that my boss, Tara Glenn, the principal at Hollywood Heights, watching out in the garage. So hello to all watching. We appreciate you. Just a little under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-6. Orphans lead by 1. Collinsville gets the ball back. Here is Anderson, Anderson pitches out. They do that a lot, and they've had a lot of success with that play, but that wasn't one of those times, and about 1.5 yards gained by Jerry Richardson.
Yeah, that was that read option. Number 56, Eli Shaw, man, a big 6'4", 200-pounder out of Centralia, came in like a freight train and wasn't going to let Richardson go very far at all.
They have a couple of big guys on their team, a 320-pounder, a 325, and a 305. And Centralia only has 6 seniors on the team this year. Collinsville with 9, both low numbers for both teams, I think. Here's a snap. Anderson is going to keep it. Rolls around to the right. Has room. And a late flag comes in. That's never good from the back judge, and this one might be coming back.
I can almost promise you. Jerry Richardson, Colton Rhodes upset about it. A hold, and it looked like it was behind the play, so I'm not sure it would have impacted the result. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It is going to impact it.
Yeah, Colby Anderson was well out in front of the play when the flag came in, so you're right. That hold didn't need to happen. That's what we're saying, because Anderson was already upfield. So that will take a little bit of wind out of the sails. 4:11 left to play here in this first quarter. 7-6 in favor of Centralia. 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation, and back to pass is Anderson. Throws down the middle, and he has Pinnell open, and Pinnell gets it down to about the 26-yard line. That's good for a first down.
Yeah, great ball by Anderson. I mean, he had to thread the needle there. Pinnell's running a slant pattern, and it wasn't until he was in the middle of the field before he popped open. And Colby Anderson threw a nice ball. I think we're going to have –
That's going to be against Centralia.
I think there was some yapping going on down there.
Way after the play ended. So
and it's early for that.
Oh,
so,
sure is.
Geez.
Had some rough stuff late in the game last week. A couple of players got ejected.
Oh.
What? How do you do that after the play is over with?
Must have been some chirping going on, and they're not going to have it. I can't imagine anything else that could have happened. And man.
Isn't that the sign for ineligible man downfield?
Yeah, he didn't say personal foul, and the flag came late. I don't understand.
Yeah, he made the sign for ineligible receiver downfield. How can you decide that 15 seconds after the play's ended? Here's Anderson. Again, rolling out to his right, and he'll not have a lot of room that time. He'll gain about 3 yards, but Collinsville was looking at a 2nd and 14.
Well, the coaches weren't arguing or saying anything about it, so I'm sure that the guys upstairs on the tower saw that we had a man downfield, and you hate to see that come that late. But I bet if we watched on film, somebody had released, because that play did take a while to develop.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen an ineligible man downfield signal given 15 seconds after the play ended.
No, I agree.
That's one of those things you throw the flag as soon as the pass is complete. That flag, I mean, both teams were in their huddles. Here's Anderson back to pass. Now he scrambles, runs, and not a lot of room. Gets back up to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Kahawks. They've had 2 good positive plays brought back by penalties.
Yeah, now what's Colton Rhodes going to do? I mean, you'd think.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way our defense is playing, you almost want to pin them.
Looks like Colby Anderson's got some blood on his elbow, so got to call a timeout so the athletic trainers can take care of that. And the officials call a timeout, not Collinsville, so we'll take a timeout right along with them. And we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because
All right, well, the official's timeout was a false alarm. So here, and a snap. Collinsville punts it, and it's going to go not bad considering that Ryan McIntyre got a low snap, fumbled the ball for a second, and then kicked it downfield, and luckily that he got it to go that way.
Boy, no doubt that kick looked like a pass.
Yeah.
That thing was a line drive.
So Collinsville, a little like last week, a little out of sorts here in the first quarter. They were against Alton Marquette in the first quarter of last week's game, so hopefully we'll get things figured out here. Secondary is all offensive starters. Ryan McIntyre, Colby Anderson, Jerry Richardson, and Isaiah Gordon. 2:56 left to play here in this first quarter. Here's the handoff, and it goes to Johnson. Johnson doesn't get very far, and he's going to get up to about the 20. That's about a half a yard.
Yeah, Collinsville's defensive line did a good job of standing the offensive line up. Our linebackers filled, and that goes for not much for Centralia.
So Collinsville, boy, they had some golden opportunities on that last drive.
I got to tell you, I'm almost glad Colby got a bloody elbow.
Yeah.
Because that's what led to the punt.
Yep.
And our defense stands up, and again, it's a field position game.
Second down and a long 9.5 to go. Split backs in the backfield. Handoff is going to go to Johnson once again. He gets wrapped up by Damian Swaggart behind the line of scrimmage. Let him go, guys. Let him go.
Baby, Damian Swaggart was just waiting on that guy right when he got the football.
Boy, he busted right past those linemen and got to the running back instantly.
Yeah, nothing doing.
They're gonna. I thought that he was tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but they're gonna say it was right at the line of scrimmage. Under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Two wide receivers on the far side. One over here on the near side. That is Camden Newcomb.
And you can hear the bleachers rumble here at Kahok Stadium on a big third down in the first quarter.
Elijah Johnson, the lone setback, but Green's going back to pass. He does so to Newcomb, and Newcomb gets rid of Pinnell and gets a first down and slides into the Kahok bench, and Pinnell almost had a tackle that would have barred up fourth down, but Newcomb just got out of it.
Yeah, Pinnell got sucked inside. He gave up contain, ended up on the turf, and Newcomb ends up, 20 yards down the field for an orphan first down on what was a big third down. So Kahawks will have to reset and give it another shot.
92 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Davin Tabor, lines up as a wide receiver alongside Brooks. Handoff is going to go to Johnson. He hurdles over his own guy and picks up about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, I was a little uneasy there. Kahawks were confused with Centralia's formation. There was a lot of scrambling going on out there, and so I'll take a 2-yard gain.
Colton Purchez, the 295-pound offensive lineman, was on his stomach, and Johnson had to hurdle him just to get that 2 yards. Here's a snap. Green back to pass, throws one high, and Gordon got lost, man.
Oh, boy.
Gordon got turned around. He didn't see the ball in the air, and by the time he looked back, a completion and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, Gordon had decent coverage. He just never turned around to look for the football.
He never did. He lost it.
By the time he knew it was there, it was too late. And Centralia really going after the cornerbacks for Collinsville, so we're going to have to shore that up if we want to make this a football game.
So another extra point try coming up here for Will Graham. Here's the snap, ball down, kick is on the way, and the kick is good once again. So 14-6. Centralia has the lead. Collinsville gets the ball back with 52 seconds left here in this first quarter after our timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 14-6. Collinsville trails here in this first quarter. And the Kahawks are their own worst enemy right now. Had a couple of good offensive plays called back on that last possession. And Isaiah Gordon just got burned on that touchdown. Here's a high kickoff, and it's going to be taken at the 8-yard line by Swaggart. Swaggart gets across the 20, gets across the 25, cuts to his left, still on his feet, and down at the 40, and that's where a flag is too. And we got more players down here, and that one is Connor Rogers, along with Collinsville's Eric Stuber, and looked like Rogers was on top of Stuber and wouldn't let him up.
Yeah, you should see a personal foul against Centralia back here at the 25, but I'm not sure what happened.
I'm not sure what that happened with that first flag up there by midfield.
I think it was
That's
sort
a
of
hold against Collinsville, and then a personal foul against Centralia. So now they're going to call a personal foul on both of them. That's horrible. Our guy was underneath their guy.
Yeah, he got drugged down. He couldn't even get up. That's an everybody gets a trophy call.
Yeah,
that's poor.
It's a participation trophy, and that's going to.
poor.
They're not going to re-kick. It's a wash of penalties. So they are going to. Man, I'm telling you, they're going to tack on the holding penalty against Collinsville is what they're going to do. And Collinsville will get the ball at the 29-yard line instead of the 39. Things aren't going well for Kahawks right now.
Well, penalties are killing us.
Man, you ain't kidding.
Combination of penalties and a couple defensive breakdowns, and Collinsville's backs are against the wall here.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job last week. Only 6 penalties for 31 yards. That was coming on the heels of a couple of games where they committed 10 or more penalties. So, trips to the left, low snap. Anderson twirls, throws, has a man, and Richardson will go down at about the 32-yard line. So, a gain of about 7 on the play, or excuse me, 3 on the play.
He ran 20 yards to gain 3 yards. I tell you, it was a nice ball by Kobe, though.
Yeah.
He floated that ball over the defender. I didn't see him completing that pass, but he sure did. And at any rate, that at least gives us some positive yardage. But Collinsville is going to have to figure out, to get a little more positive yardage on first and second down.
Got to stay away from the flags, man. Penalties are killing us. We are getting some movement on the offense, but we're getting the ball brought back by the yellow hankies on the ground. That'll be the last play of the first quarter, so with time running out, we will take a break and come back. Second quarter action will come your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network. Turn the wrong guy down on me, man.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Back here once again at Kahawk Stadium. Second quarter is here, and last week, Collinsville put up 5 touchdowns in the second quarter, so here's hoping we can kind of accomplish the same thing. Colby Anderson in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation. Handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson up the middle, and he gets taken down after he picks up another 2 yards, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6 to go for a first down here for Collinsville.
Yeah, Collinsville's offensive line is doing a good job creating holes. We just haven't found out a way to seal the linebackers. So by the time our running backs get to the second level, they're getting met head on. So that, what would have been a 5, 6, 7 yard gain now turns into a 1 or 2 yard gain. Well done by the linebacking core for Centralia, actually.
Just underway here in the second quarter, 14-6 in favor of Centralia. Collinsville moving the ball okay, but the penalties are killing them. And there's another one. Was that 2 flags thrown by the same guy?
I think it's going to be a neutral zone infraction on the defense, should be.
I think I saw him throw 2 flags.
He meant it.
He's got 2 flags in his pocket.
He meant that penalty.
I'm telling you. So that is going to be against Centralia, so that'll help. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 instead of a 3rd down and 6.
Well, now all of a sudden a 1 to 2 yard run gets you somewhere. So let's go right back to it, fellas.
We have seen many a times where all you need to do is pick up 1 or 2 yards, and Collinsville ends up breaking it for a touchdown. So there's always hope in the air, folks, always hope. 3rd down and a short 1 to go. Collinsville brings out McIntyre and Mosby over here on this side. Pennell and Swaggart on the far side. There's another infraction.
Oh, that's
another
movement.
First down. That's an automatic first down there. Collinsville's going to get another free 5 yards. And I don't think Colby Anderson's barked out a signal at all during those 2 penalties.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Centralia's defense is filling themselves, and they a little too over-anxious there, 2 plays in a row. And I'll tell you what, those little mental breakdowns really can hurt a football team. So hopefully Collinsville can maximize this opportunity.
Yeah, fresh set of downs. Let's see what we can do with it here. Same formation. Here's a snap. Anderson back to pass. Throws. Has Richardson in the backfield. Richardson gets out of 1 tackle and springs forward for a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 48, so a gain of 5. A little short dump out pass over on the sideline, and we're back in business.
Yeah, and that time, you know, you're going to see this Eli Shaw versus Jerry Richardson matchup all game. The big linebacker for Centralia, he's fast, he's physical. Jerry Richardson's obviously fast and physical, and he was there, but that time Richardson beat him, and that's what turned what would have been a 1-yard gain into about a 5.5-yard gain.
Mosby and McIntyre on the left side. Pennell and Swaggart on the right. Here's the snap. Richardson takes the ball up the middle, gets past the initial line, and picks up a first down into Orphans territory. First down, Kahawks.
Yeah, I like that misdirection call by Colton Rhodes. We've been pretty much running the ball straight ahead, and that time we did a little counter play and bounced Jerry back to the strong side of the field. Good for a Kahawk first down.
Ball on the Orphans 43-yard line. Orphans trying to fight for a playoff spot. They need to get that 5th win and then hope that things go their way. Collinsville is already in the playoffs, but they'd like to be playing that first playoff game right here.
Boy, wouldn't that be a great event for the city of Collinsville?
Empty backfield. Going into motion is Mosby. Back to pass is Anderson. Anderson throws a deep ball down the far sideline. He's got Swaggart open, and Swaggart in for a touchdown. Oh, boy, a 43-yarder to the senior, Travion Swaggart.
Oh, baby, he was in coverage, and he just did an excellent job of footwork and handwork to just snag that ball right out from underneath the Centralia defender. And hello, Travion. King Trey is in the house.
Going to have to go for 2 to try to tie it up after the missed extra point on the first touchdown. And I saw the defensive back jump up and try to swat that ball away, but he just missed.
He sure did, and what a costly miss that was. And now, boy, this is a big 2-point conversion. Even though it's early in the game, these little plays can add up.
There's a run by Richardson, and he didn't get there.
He got stopped.
Got stopped at the 1-yard line, so Collinsville fails to pick up the 2-point conversion. Score is 14-12 in favor of the Centralia Orphans, and we're back with the ensuing kickoff in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Once again, welcome back to Kahawk Stadium. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. Glad that you're with us here on this final regular season Friday Night Lights football game between Collinsville and Centralia. Chris Chai kicks it off, and he'll kick it shallow at the 25-yard line. It is taken by Newcomb, and then Newcomb runs into a wall and doesn't go any farther than that.
Yeah, interesting game here. The offenses are sort of mirroring each other, right? I mean, we score a long touchdown. They score a long touchdown. We get stopped. They get stopped. You know, They take advantage of our cornerback. Now we take advantage of theirs, and we've got ourselves a tight ball game here with 9:52 to go in the second quarter.
Yep, Kahawks trail by 2 on a missed extra point and a missed 2-point conversion. Let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us later. So, back to action is Carson Green. Green in shotgun, has 3 wide receivers on the right side of the formation. Newcomb is the only wide receiver, on the far side. And Elijah Johnson, the lone setback. Back to pass is Green. He steps up, throws down the middle, and Pennell knocks it out of the receiver's hands at the last minute. If he didn't, Newcomb would have been gone.
Now that's what I'm talking about. They went right back to cornerback Pennell. You know, we said it's going to be a long night for those guys, and this time Pennell's got the receivers, every step of the way. And here comes the old people again, Todd.
Takes them a while to get here, man. Takes them a while to get here. They got a cart now and a walker. And
great.
That is awesome. They better be careful what they're wishing for over here, I'm telling you.
Right.
Remember back in the day when you acted like an old person? Yeah. So, incomplete pass makes it second down and 10. Green in shotgun again, goes back to pass again. He looks this way, throws this way, and just over the outstretched hands of Tabor, he had Colby Anderson on his tail along with McIntyre.
Well, they had Ryan McIntyre beat.
Yeah.
And that ball was just overthrown. My heart had stopped up here when that ball was in the air. I thought, boy, if he comes down with that ball, he's gone.
So a couple of long pass attempts here, and now it's third down and 10. And the crowd coming alive, trying to get another Collinsville stop and get that ball back.
Yeah, nice crowd here at Collinsville. A little chilly out. I was, wondering what the crowd would be like. But not only are they here, but they're starting to figure out football.
I know, huh? Starting to make some noise.
Right.
There's a snap, and it's going to be a direct snap.
Oh, baby. Oh, there's a flag.
There's a flag, and that's going to be short of a first down, and we'll have to wait.
Judge throws it.
Yeah, usually. That looked like everybody was confused. Looked like for a moment there that Johnson stopped and looked behind him before he was tackled.
It's a strange play.
Yeah.
And then he took off, and the
Chop block.
Collinsville linebackers were gone.
Chop block on Centralia. So that's going to put them back farther, and they're going to have to redo third down. But instead of 3rd and 10, it's going to be 3rd and 20. By the time they get back down there to their student cheering bonding section, they're all going to be gone. It'll be halftime.
The old one pushing the guy in the cart will stop and lean over like he's out of breath. That's great.
Getting into their roles, aren't they?
They sure
Some
are.
Drama students, if they haven't already participated in drama, they should.
Sign them up.
15-yard penalty on a chop block, so a 3rd and 10 turns into a 3rd and 25.
Well, what an opportunity for Collinsville's defense to not only get the ball back, but get it back with great field position going into halftime.
Green in shotgun once again, has Johnson over his left-hand shoulder. 3 wide receivers over here on the right side of the formation. Empty over there on the far side except for a tight end. And now Johnson moves over to the right-hand shoulder of Green. Green back to pass, throws behind the line of scrimmage to Newcomb. Newcomb across the 15, and then gets his knees taken out from underneath him on a nice play by Colby Anderson and Damian Swaggart. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Collinsville is going to get this ball back close to midfield.
Yeah, they ran a wide receiver screen, and it was set up nicely. They had our corners blocked, but Colby Anderson comes out of nowhere like a rocket and isn't having anything to do with that wide receiver busting that play.
Graham back to punt, and Richardson back to receive it at the 50-yard line.
Well, it's a good opportunity for Jerry Richardson. A lot of field out in front of him.
Oh, it was almost a block, man. Colby Anderson
Watch him
almost
go.
got
Watch
in there.
him go.
Catches
Watch
at the
him go.
44,
Watch
across
him go.
the 40, across the 35, across the 30.
Watch
he
him
gets
go.
rid of everybody.
Watch him
He's
go.
on the run. He's to the sideline. And touchdown. 44-yard touchdown return on a punt, and Jerry Richardson has put the Kahawks back on top.
Oh, baby. I had a great feeling just the way the field was set up, and I thought, man, they're going to kick this ball to Jerry. No way I'd kick that ball to him.
No.
Not right there.
Have they not watched the tape?
Oh, man. Yes, sir.
95-yard touchdown kickoff return, punt returns.
Right.
Yeah, they had one in Mattoon, too, but it got called back on a penalty. So
man.
Dude is dangerous from anywhere on any side
As Coach
I'm
Cody,
still waiting for him to get a pick six.
As Coach Cody Massey would say when our catcher throws guys out at second base, he'd say, they're going to learn today.
Yes, they are. Kahok's right now up 18-14. Collinsville going for two again, trying to get at least a couple of those missed extra points back. Two wide receivers on either side of the formation, and Richardson the lone setback. Colby Anderson in shotgun once again as the Kahawks go for two. And flag as the play clock went down to 0, so delay of game.
Now we kick.
Now they're going to bring Andrew Chai on to try the extra point the old-fashioned way.
The poor old people had just gotten
I know,
home,
they're probably winded.
And now they got to come back.
They're probably winded. Now they got to kind of make their way through the band as well. The band competed today in the St. Louis at the old Edward Jones Dome in the
nice.
band's, I can't remember what it's called, something America. I can't remember. And then I think they have another competition tomorrow, so literally even as soon as halftime is over, and they'll do their thing here at halftime, and then they'll hit the road.
Yeah, they're doing a great job this year. Always
There's a
fun
snap.
to watch.
Ball down. Kick is on the way, and this kick is good. So Andrew Chai has hit one of two extra points, and that makes it 19-14. Collinsville up by 5 with 8:25 left to play here in this first half, and the Centralia Orphans will get the ball back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Back here at Kahawk Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. Collinsville retakes the lead, 19-14. And the Kahawks ready to kick it off once again.
Junior Andrew Chai's parents down in front of us, and his grandparents got to come to town to watch him make that field goal.
And boy, they got here early.
Pretty cool.
They got here early. They got here when I did. I'm here at 5 o'clock. Andrew Chai kicks a pop-up to center field, and it's taken at about the 35-yard line, and they'll get it up to about the 40, close to it anyway. I don't know if they're purposely telling Chai not to kick it deep, but it's been a while since he's kicked the ball deep on the kickoff.
Yeah, those are certainly intentional, so we're not kicking it to the deep men. I guess Coach Rhodes feels like there's less of a chance of a run back with that strategy. I mean, you give up some yardage, but you're trying to prevent the big play, so it's kind of a give or take. Here come the marching Kahawks.
Well, you know what you do? You put it in the end zone and put him at the 20.
There you go. Chai has the ability.
I know. All right, Green in shotgun. Hands the ball off to his running back, Johnson, and Johnson gets about half of what he needed for a first down. He'll put him up to the 45-yard line, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6.
Tell you what, sophomore Isaiah Norton saved the day on that. Everybody else was sealed up, and it was mano-y-mano, and Isaiah Norton makes a big tackle.
Trip wide receivers over here on this near side. In the slot is David Tabor. He's the leading receiver this year for the Orphans. 24 receptions, 335 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Here's the snap, and the pass goes around to the sideline, and there was all kinds of Kahawks there, but they over-pursued, and off to the races is Daryl Jones. And Jones picks up a 55-yard touchdown pass from behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, our cornerbacks got beat again. Safety Colby Anderson just over-pursued, and he gambled and he lost. So that is going to be good for another 6 points for Centralia. What a ball game here.
Will Graham on to try the extra point. That would put Centralia up by 2. I'm surprised they didn't go for a 2-pointer here just to be a field goal up. But they'll elect for Will Graham's extra point prowess, as he's only missed 2 this year, and he's already made 2 here tonight. Here's a snap. Ball down. Kick is on the way, and that kick is good. So we got touchdowns everywhere in this game, folks. Lots and lots of touchdowns. 21-19, 7:35 left to play here in this first half, and we'll be back with yet another ensuing kickoff in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Back here once again at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. It's been back and forth. Another kickoff coming up by Will Graham, and he just, oh no. Off of one of the up men, Centralia picks it up, and it'll be Orphans ball in Kahok territory.
Caught Collinsville sleeping, and time for the defense to come back out on the field after a gamble by Centralia, and it pays off.
Kahok Marching Band will be at Illinois State University competition tomorrow. Zach Roseman said it's the closest thing that Illinois has to a state championship in the world of marching bands. So after the halftime show, they'll be off. So a bad turn of events here right at midfield, and the handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson skips, and he's got a lot of room, and he's finally taken down well after he picks up a first down.
That should be a personal foul against number 71 for Centralia.
There's two flags, one right there where 71 is and one at the point of the tackle.
And then we just had another one over here from the side judge.
Personal foul against Centralia. I guess that, there's another one over here on the sideline.
Yeah, that side judge should that late.
The side judge hasn't even talked to the head referee yet to let him know that he threw a flag also. Unless they all saw the same thing. Nope, that's not the case.
No.
Hopefully it is not against Collinsville because it'll be offsetting.
It would have to be sidelines. I mean, there was nobody around him.
Referees talk about it for a moment. There's the personal foul against Centralia. We already knew of that one.
Personal foul against Centralia.
And a sideline violation against Collinsville.
Yeah.
So are they going to call that, or is it just a warning? Because usually you get a warning for the first one. He didn't say that they were offsetting penalties.
And I didn't see anything going on down there. I mean,
so they're going to mark off the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty from where?
Should be where it occurred, but that's not what they're doing because it occurred on about the 42-yard line.
So basically, they just moved the line of scrimmage, which was at the 50, to the 48. Dead ball penalty. All right. 7:25 to play here in the first half. Still 1st and 10 for Centralia. So Collinsville avoided a big play there, and they got to start shoring up this defense a little bit more. Green in shotgun, back to pass. Throws it this way and overthrows his intended receiver, Tabor. And it'll be a 2nd down and 10 for the Orphans.
Yeah,
they ran a lot of flags in this game.
They ran our cornerback McIntyre off with their wide receiver and tried to come underneath, and the ball was just overthrown. It looks like McIntyre, we've got Pinnell on the short side of the field at corner. Now we've moved McIntyre to corner on the strong side.
There's the snap, and the handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson gets across the line of scrimmage and then runs right into the tackle of Deontay Clark. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7 to go for a 1st down for the Orphans.
Yeah, Clark and Norton both in on that tackle. And again, the inside backers are starting to do a better job They had been getting sealed off pretty bad in the first quarter, but they're starting to step their game up. And now Centralia is faced with a big third down. Man, this is a big play for Collinsville.
Sure is. Split backs in the backfield on either side of the quarterback green. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side. Empty over on the far side. Now they send a man in motion. That's Johnson. They'll throw over to that empty side, and they'll complete it, but it's well short of a first down. Might have got a yard.
Yeah, nice coverage by sophomore Darren Pennell. He was not going to get beat, and then he closed quickly. So you'll probably see a punt out of Centralia with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, you would think.
Back to the original line of scrimmage is
No,
where
sir.
it is, and no, they're not.
They're going to go for it.
They're going to line up 3 wide receivers over here on the near side, including Daryl Jones, who just scored a touchdown. Johnson, the lone setback, behind Green. 4th down and 7 to go for Centralia. Trying to draw Collinsville off sides is what they're trying to do. Trying to see if they can pick up 5 yards and then maybe go for it, but...
Man, I'd blitz the house right here, Todd.
Yeah. Here's the snap. And a pass over on the sideline.
Oh, baby!
Picked off. Pennell picks it off. He goes up the sideline. He'll get tracked down from behind and get thrown out of bounds at the 20. But, oh, boy, what a big interception there by number 5, Darren Pennell.
Yes, sir. Darren Pennell set him up for that as he was playing a couple steps back, and they call that jumping a route, right? I mean, he read that thing all the way, jumped the route, snagged it. And, man, we said that was a huge play for Collinsville. I didn't know it was going to be that huge.
I know. Boy, that was because, you know, we turned the ball over on the kickoff. So that's big, huge, because they got the ball when they weren't expecting it. Now we got the ball when we're not expecting it. And here's a chance for Collinsville to take the lead again.
Yeah, Collinsville, man, what an opportunity. Now you look at the clock, there's 5:27 left. It wouldn't hurt you to keep the ball on the ground and chew some clock while scoring a touchdown in a perfect world.
Low snap. Anderson keeps it, goes right up the middle, and follows right behind his blocker, Jerry Richardson, and picks up about 4 on the play. Not a bad idea.
That's exactly what we did. I like it. I would use every bit of these play clocks, these 40-second clocks at this point. And it looks like that's what we're going to do. Now, if I'm Centralia, I might think about a timeout.
Each team has all 3 of their timeouts left. We have 5 minutes to go here in this first half. Close game, 21-19 between Centralia and Collinsville. Pennell and Swaggart line up on the far side. Mosby and McIntyre this side. Run up the middle by Richardson. He's got some room, and he's out at the 1-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Kahawks from the Orphans 1.
Well, who cares about the clock now, right?
Killing you.
Jerry Richardson turns what should have been a 2 or 3 yard gain into just inches shy of a touchdown.
Yeah, he was just looking to get a first down. That's all he was doing. But you're taking what you get, what you're given, and they gave it to him. So he chugged his way up and almost scored on that play. Same formation, 2 wide receivers near, 2 far. Richardson the lone setback, and I believe that he's going to keep it, or Colby Anderson is, and
he should be in.
That is a touchdown, Collinsville. 1-yard run by Colby Anderson.
That's good for 2 points, so that puts Kahawks up by 4 points.
They led by 5 just a little bit ago, and we'll see if they want to go for 2 again. It looks like they are. .429 left to play here in the first half. Back and forth game. 3 wide receivers over here on the left side of the formation. Swaggart's the lone wide receiver on the far side. He'll be joined by Pennell, who comes into motion. Anderson throws, and that's knocked down. And the point conversions are just not working for Collinsville here tonight.
Well, number 85, Cam Tomljanovich, 5'10", 160, linebacker out of Centralia, came through untouched and really busted that play up. Anderson had no chance, and he did a good job of getting rid of the ball, but too much, too quick, too soon. And what an odd score, 25 points.
Yeah, 25-21, a 4-point lead, 4:29 left. At this rate, it's going to end up being a 50-49 final score, right?
And we'll be home at 11:30.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I don't have soccer until tomorrow at 5.
Yeah, did anybody have a score on the Altoff Mater Dei soccer game? They were playing the sectional championship tonight at 5.
No, I only have.
See if I can come up with that.
I'm only looking at the Class 3A score, so I don't know. I only have the rundown for what our team is involved in. And actually tonight there's a game going on in the world of soccer in our side of the bracket, if you will. That would be Joliet versus Moline for the championship of the Joliet West Regional.
Well, take your time because the old people are back, and it's going to take them a little while.
This guy's moving pretty good, though. Brian Johnson lookalike.
Brian Johnson.
He's a senior citizen now.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's a kickoff taken at the 9-yard line by Marshall. Marshall moves the ball up, and he's finally taken down at about the 30-yard line, so pretty much where they have it when we don't kick it deep.
Well, and that's it, and he was coming with a head of steam, right? So you got to make that tackle, otherwise he busts that.
Zach Roseman says 2-0 Crusaders. Altoff.
Good. Our buddy Max Gilliland is playing for Altoff Soccer this year. Brett was in today. They're all excited about the game. And that's a Catholic rivalry, right?
Oh, yeah.
Altoff, Mater Dei.
Yep.
But
Mater Dei really not known for a soccer powerhouse. They're known for football and girls volleyball. They're tremendous at volleyball over there in Clinton County.
They grow 6 foot plus girls down there like it's their job.
I know.
It's crazy.
Man into motion. Handoff is he drops it. Johnson drops it. And did he get it back?
I think he did. Nobody saw the football. That football was on the ground for many seconds.
It rolled 5 yards. He's going to get a gain out of that rolling football.
That's right.
3-yard gain on a fumble. And Johnson fumbled it and recovered it himself.
I think Mater Dei has a 6'5" freshman girl down there right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they put in the water down there. Well, they got Prairie Farms all over the place.
Ski.
Yeah, ski. That's ski. Got some ski. Got some
Wally burgers.
And some. Here's the screen back to pass, and he's got a man open, and just at the last moment, McIntyre threw him down, and a nice big play there by Jacob Brooks for Centralia. That was a swift play.
Their receivers are fast, make no mistake, right? And when you cut off a short slant pattern, it's tough for a cornerback to do anything with it, and McIntyre is feeling the brunt of what junior Isaiah Gordon felt earlier. It's just a tough go.
Handoff goes to Johnson, and he doesn't get very far, and he'll get pushed back even farther, and they finally blow the whistles before somebody gets hurt, but it didn't matter. The whole pile went down.
Well, that's because Jerry Richardson came in at the end.
Yeah. Gain of about 3, maybe 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8.
That pile was stood still, and all of a sudden one man, Richardson, comes in, and the entire pile moves back about 3 yards.
2nd down and 8. 3 wide receivers over here on the near side. Newcomb, the only wide receiver on the far side.
Well, I would look for a ball to one of these wideouts on a 2nd and 8 as the half is winding down.
2:45 left to play in the half, and a throw back here to the sideline once again, and I wrapped him up. Nice job on the tackle, and Eric Stuber was not letting go.
Thank God, because Colby Anderson gambled and missed again, and had Stuber not made that tackle, that would have been another touchdown. Anderson's going to have to stay put. I mean, you're called to safety, right, for a reason.
Yeah.
I like his aggressiveness.
Playing it safe.
But listen to me, if you're going to gamble and get beat like that, that's going to cost your team.
Daryl Jones gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8 here for the Orphans. They have 2 wide receivers, or 3, over on the left side. 1 over here. That's Newcomb all by himself. And again, Green in shotgun. This time he has Johnson over his right-hand shoulder. Green's back to pass. He looks. He is in trouble. And Damian Swaggart with a big QB sack. Oh, boy, that was huge.
Oh, yes, sir. What a timely play for Swaggart to come through. And, the other thing that picks up his secondary, right? The cornerbacks have been getting hammered all game. Swaggart says, not today. I'm going to handle this myself. What a play by number 10.
Big senior night for he and his brother Travion. And a timeout on the field. The Kahawks have called a timeout, but we'll go ahead and just keep it right here. And we'll remind you that tomorrow we do have some soccer coming up. It's a regional championship game between Collinsville and Belleville East. The winner will move on to the sectional round of play right here at this very stadium beginning on Tuesday night. And if Collinsville wins, of course, we'll be here Tuesday night instead of in Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium as the Lady Kahok volleyball team opens up their regional play
So is that
against Belleville East?
Is that going to be Edwardsville O'Fallon for the other side?
Edwardsville O'Fallon is tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock.
Our game is at 5 o'clock, so we'll know before our game even gets going who won that one.
Got it.
Everybody is totally anticipating a Collinsville-Edwardsville matchup here Tuesday night.
You remember what happened the last Collinsville-Edwardsville sectional game with, 3 seconds left?
2.1 seconds left. We won 2-1. Yeah.
That was one of the most exciting sporting events I've ever seen. I could not believe the end of that.
Yeah. That was a
and unfortunately, we got to see a big brawl right after that score, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Turned ugly in a hurry.
It did. Edwardsville players looked like they'd just been shot. All of them at the same time fell down to the ground when that ball went in.
I think it was Zane Baker, wasn't it?
Zane Baker got the nice feed from Shibbets. That ball's popped straight up in the air. Let it go, guys. Let it go. It takes a bounce, and then it'll take a little bit of a Centralia roll, but Collinsville will have it. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. They have 1:39 left on the clock, and the Kahawks have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, 1:39 left. Boy, I tell you what. First of all, you want to protect the football right here, right? We don't want to turn the ball over. You know, the senior leaders have got to be telling everybody that no matter what happens, we'd like to score, but you can't turn the ball over and give up a score here.
During the senior night festivities, it was mentioned that Damian Swagger was going to be attending Eastern Illinois University, so he and Zach Roseman can hang out.
Hey, how about that? Congratulations to the young man. Yeah. I did not know that.
All right, let's see what the Kahawks want to do here with 1:39 left on the clock. They have 3 wide receivers over here on the left. Richardson, the lone running back. He'll get the pitch, and he'll head this way. He'll cut it up, and he didn't get to cut very far after he was
close to a face mask.
Taken down there right in front of the Kahawk bench at the Kahawk 36-yard line, so a gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Clock continues to move with 1:20 left to play here in this first half.
I tell you what, look at the size of the guy guarding Mosby.
Yeah.
And there we go, right to him.
Right
yes,
to
sir.
him. And he gets around 1, and then he gets triple teamed and takes all 3 of them with him. That's good enough for a 1st down. I'd be calling a timeout, man. Let's see what we can do here.
I'm glad Colby saw that. I mean, Mosby's got 10 inches on the guy that's covering him.
Mosby's a big kid.
Yeah, I would pick that apart all night.
Yeah. Hurry up offense for Collinsville. Low snap. Anderson throws, and he has got Pinnell open. Pinnell will run to the sideline and stop the clock, and he'll get into orphan territory at the Centralia 49-yard line. Clock stopped with 1 minute left to play here in this first half.
Yeah, nice job by Pinnell, securing that football and getting straight to the sideline. Pinnell has an incredible sports IQ. Doesn't matter what he's playing, football, basketball, baseball. The kid just knows the game, where he is, what to do. Very talented young man.
Centralia will get the ball first to begin the second half after they deferred the opening kickoff. So Collinsville would like to get some points on the board and let Centralia take their chances after they trail by more than just the 4 they trail by right now. Here's the snap. Pass for Anderson. Up the middle. He's got Richardson open. Richardson zigzag spins. Gets out of 1, 2.
Oh, baby!
And he's gone. Oh, boy. 49 yards. Oh, man, ask and you shall receive.
Quit it, Todd. Quit it. That man, oh, my goodness. He should have been tackled 6 times.
At least.
And what an amazing athlete to watch perform. All you guys at home watching this, what a treat.
Man, oh, man.
What a treat.
Yeah, he busted out of some tackles. Man, there was a whole basketball team out there tackling him, and they all missed.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to tackle me, period.
There's Andrew Chai trying another extra point, and he has not been very successful at that tonight. Here's the snap, ball down, kick on the way, and this one is good. Collinsville up now by 11, 32-21, as this game continues.
What a turn of events, and I go back to that 3rd down interception by Darren Pinnell. I mean, what a momentum changer, and all of a sudden it is a completely different outlook for both teams.
Well, Collinsville gets back-to-back touchdowns. After they were trailing 21-19, they came back and scored and made it 25-21, and they score again, 32-21, and I like that score a lot better than the 4-point lead we did have.
It looks awfully nice, doesn't it?
It does. Knowing Centralia is going to get the ball back to begin the second half. They still have all 3 of their timeouts left, does Centralia, with 49 seconds left, so let's not count them out of this half yet. Here comes the old people again.
They're getting their steps in today.
Boy, you are
I'd like
kidding,
to see
man.
their Fitbits.
I'm telling you. Hope they stocked up on the Geritol. They're going to need it. A little osteoviplex.
Right.
What's that stuff that used to smell back in the day? Ben Gay. Woo, that stuff.
Gay, yeah.
Woo.
Icy hot.
Yeah.
Right?
They made stuff smell better than they did back in the day. You always knew somebody had that on, man, back in the 70s.
Oh, man.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that stuff was
hello.
strong. All right.
Hello.
Here is a kickoff by Colin Ogle. Ogle out there to kick it off, and it's going to go to the 15-yard line. Picked up there and brought forward, and then caught from behind was the receiver. And that will end up being 26 yards. 26-yard line, is where Centralia will start as the big old moon comes up over here on the northern end zone.
Eric Stuber in on the tackle for Collinsville. Boy, the moon is beautiful.
Hunter's moon was the other night when it was full.
Reminds me of my buddy Mike Shannon. We were playing, I think, in Cincinnati, and he said, boy, that moon sure is beautiful. I wish the people in St. Louis could see it. And the other guy goes, same moon, Mike.
Same moon, dude. Unless it's cloudy.
Same moon. It's awesome.
All right, Green in shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers over here, one on the far. He goes back to pass, tries the far sideline. He's got a man open, but he overthrows Newcomb, or Newcomb would have been gone, and we do have a flag all the way over on the far side of the field.
Yeah, Pinnell got beat, but Swaggart was back to help.
Ineligible man downfield against Centralia. And they're going to decline it. So it's a 2nd down and 10. And 36 seconds left. I understand why they declined it. Don't want to give them another 1st down try, but yeah.
Yeah, but with the clock, you want to take the yardage, right?
I think so. So
Whoa.
Green in shotgun once again. Everybody for Centralia checks their wristbands. There's a snap and a keeper by Green. He travels east to west and doesn't get very far north by about a yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long, and the clock continues to run. We'll see if Centralia wants to stop it or not. Doesn't look like they want to stop it, so they're going to be content on going into the locker room unless they got one trick play under their sleeve here. 3 wide receivers on the far side. None over here on the near side. Now the running back heads that way. And all kinds of receivers downfield. And a throw down the middle. And that one is caught, but it's caught at midfield. And that one, nope, they're going to call it incomplete. Right as the clock runs out for halftime, they call that pass incomplete. So after 1 half of play, your Collinsville Kahawks lead the Centralia Orphans by a score of 32-21. And we will be back and let you check out the Collinsville Kahawk High School Marching Band here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahok Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. Here it is halftime, 32-21 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. And the band is getting introduced. The seniors are having their senior night for the band, and then they will play a little halftime entertainment here. We'll carry that for you when that does happen. But in the meantime, let's go through some first half stats. We'll begin with Centralia. Elijah Johnson has carried the ball 10 times for 100 yards, including a touchdown. Carson Green, the quarterback, has carried the ball twice, and he is -9 on the yardage there. Through the air, Carson Green has completed 9 of 15 passes for 169 yards. He has a touchdown and a interception. 2 touchdowns, as a matter of fact. And from the receiving side, the man leading right now is Camden Newcomb. Newcomb has caught 5 passes for 89 yards and a touchdown. Darrell Jones has caught 2 passes for 55 yards and a touchdown. And Jacob Brooks has caught 2 passes for 25 yards. And penalties for Centralia, they've been penalized 4 times for 40 yards. For Collinsville, Jerry Richardson has carried the ball 10 times for 81 yards. Colby Anderson has carried the ball 5 times for 18 yards. That includes a 1-yard touchdown run. Anderson through the air, 9 of 10, 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns have gone to Travion Swaggart for 73 yards. His 2 touchdown catches totaled, and both of them were touchdowns. Jerry Richardson has caught 4 passes for 52 yards and a touchdown. And then Darren Pinnell, Jeremiah Mosby, and Isaiah Gordon have all caught 1 pass. Pinnell's was for 3 yards, Mosby's was for 12, and Isaiah Gordon's was for 3. And Collinsville has been penalized 3 times for 20 yards. Seems like more than 3 times to me, but we'll trust Andy Sellens and his math down there. And that is a look at your halftime stats as we await the Collinsville Kahok Marching Band to start entertaining the crowd. As soon as they do, we will bring you back here and we'll let you all hear it, and that'll be coming up your way in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the stylings of the Collinsville Kahok High School Marching Band. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville.
The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, I'm Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey alongside as well. Halftime. Hope you enjoyed the halftime festivities from the Collinsville Kahok Marching Band. Well, here it is 32-21 in favor of Collinsville, and just for grins and giggles, we were checking out the scoreboard and kind of wanted to see how Edwardsville was doing. Edwardsville got bumped up to 8A, so there's not a chance Collinsville will be playing Edwardsville in the playoffs, but just curious as to what they were doing against CBC. CBC is the #1 ranked team in all of the state of Missouri, and right now at halftime, CBC has a lead over Edwardsville by a score of 24-7. They're in the 4th inning in the the American League Championship Series, and right now, Houston, trying to close it out tonight, has a 1-0 lead over the Boston Red Sox in the 4th inning.
Well, Collinsville's own Tanner Houck had a great year for the Boston Red Sox, so I think a lot of Collinsville is cheering on Boston, not only for that reason, but not a lot of Houston fans here in the St. Louis area.
No, they used to be in the National League, and we couldn't stand them. And
right.
Then they got caught cheating, and we couldn't stand them again. East St. Louis is losing to IMG Academy, the almost #1 ranked team in the nation down in Florida. Well, they're from Florida. The game is in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And right now, IMG Academy has a 27-8 lead over East St. Louis. So even the Flyers are having a little bit of trouble, but they've already won 7 games, so they're in the playoffs.
Well, and they're going up and playing against the best in the nation, and not only does that get their football players exposure, but it also, quite frankly, gets their program paid.
What was the yardage on Jerry so far in the first half? 81 yards. All right. So 81 and 1, 5, 3. That's 4, 8, 9, 10, 13. 2. Yep. Jerry Richardson has just passed Eric Stewart's 1,219 yards. So Jerry Richardson is now standing at 1,234 yards. So that's the most rushing yards for Collinsville. The stats, as I mentioned, only go back to 1999. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a single-season rushing record for a Collinsville Kahawk.
Just got a text from Coach Tom Blaha watching outside on his newly renovated recreational space. He's got a fire going and an outdoor TV. He said congrats to Jerry, and he said, quite frankly, Jerry's a stud, and he is right.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Second half underway.
And Collinsville will have to contain Centralia as they get the ball back first, and Centralia's been starting at around the 30-yard line almost every drive.
Yeah, the little pooch kick has turned out to be a decent strategy because it just doesn't give Centralia any time to set up any kind of a formation for a run back. So it's basically kick it, catch it, he goes down, defense on the field.
So Centralia will have the ball first to start the second half. They trail by 11, 32-21. And 1st and 10 for the Orphans from their own 30-yard line. They'll mark it down at the 29, actually. 3 wide receivers on the near side. And no one as far as wide receivers on the far side. Once again, Carson Green in shotgun. He has Elijah Johnson off set to his left-hand shoulder, and Johnson gets the handoff. And at the line of scrimmage, he gets met by a wall of purple jerseys, and Johnson's lucky if he got a yard. Actually, they're going to give him about 3 on that.
Yeah, there were 2 orphan linemen laying on the turf belly down, and the Collinsville defenders were still standing up. Great job by the right side of the defensive line.
So second down and about 7 to go here for the Orphans. And now they put a wide receiver over on the far side. That's Newcomb. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side. And again, Johnson the lone setback. In shotgun once again is Green. He takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson skirts over to the left, and he has a little bit of room to move, and a nice tackle there by number 33 for Collinsville, Isaiah Norton, to keep that one from being a first down.
Yeah, number 45, Connor Cordini, in the game. He misses the tackle, and his buddies behind him cleaned up the mess. Thank goodness for Collinsville's defense.
3rd and 3 here for Centralia. Big play for the Collinsville defense here. Right at the first scrimmage for Centralia here to begin the second half. Once again, Green is in shotgun. This time he has Johnson over his right-hand shoulder. 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Handoff goes to Johnson, and Johnson, he's going to get the first down by about a yard.
So I'm interested. We've got Corradini in at linebacker. I don't see Damian Swaggart anywhere on the sidelines or on the football field.
Oh, he's up there. He's in the middle. Yeah, he's right in the middle, right next to the big purple
okay.
C.
So who?
I don't know.
Well, good. That makes me feel a little bit better.
3 wide receivers. Trips to the left this time. And over the left-hand shoulder is where Johnson stands. As Green is in shotgun, hands the ball off to Johnson again. Johnson get a steady dive. Boy, I tell you what, Swaggart almost ripped the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, we ran a linebacker stunt through the wrong hole. I mean, you just guess. There's nothing you can do about that, but it was just happenstance. And it left the middle of the field wide open, and Swaggart just couldn't get an arm on the orphan running back.
He's a big load to carry, man. I'm telling you, he's a big dude.
They've got some athletes.
They do.
Centralia does.
Trips left again on the same formation. Here's the snap. Green back to pass this time. He throws it over to the far sideline where he finds Tabor, and Tabor doesn't get anywhere.
He doesn't. And, again, Colby Anderson comes and really overcommits. And thank goodness he got an arm on that guy this time. But he's going to have to sort of break down and realize he's the last level.
Gain of 1 on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 9. This time they bring trips to the right-hand side as Norwood is the lone wide receiver over on the far side. Johnson again is the lone tailback, and he stands over the right-hand shoulder this time of Green. Green remains in shotgun. Here's the snap. Handoff. Nope. Fake handoff. Throw it down the middle. And a catch. Oh, that's intercepted. That is intercepted by Colby Anderson. He took the ball right out of the hands of Chase Corson. Right when both of them went up for it, Anderson comes down with it.
Unbelievable. I mean, he must have just muscled that ball out of that kid's hands because it looked like the other guy caught it and Colby was just going to make a tackle. And the next thing you know, he's flexing his muscles out there.
Yeah, and he gets to go back out there and play some quarterback now. Well, that was a nice play.
All of a sudden, Collinsville winning the turnover game, which is really what hurt him, against Mount Zion a couple weeks ago. So I like to see the fact that we're protecting the football here.
Mosby and McIntyre on this side. Over on the other side, Swaggart and Pennell. And back to pass is Anderson. He steps up into the pocket. He's got some room to run. He cuts over toward the sideline, and he gets across midfield, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. That could have been a flag. He was already out of bounds when he got shoved from behind, but the referees keep the flags in the pockets.
It was pretty close. I don't believe it was malicious, so I'm not mad at the referee letting that just, roll the way that it was. But the good news is that's a first down for Collinsville, and that puts the ball in enemy territory.
At the Orphans' 47-yard line, fresh set of downs here for Collinsville. 8:59 left to play here in this third quarter. This time we have 3 wide receivers over on the far side. McIntyre, Pennell in the slot, and Swaggart on the sideline. Here's the snap, and Anderson's going to keep it, and he's going to pitch it at the last moment to Jerry Richardson. Richardson gets out of another couple of tackles. He's still on his feet.
Oh,
and
my!
Again, oh, boy. Richardson runs for daylights, and there's a flag on the play.
I think it's going to be a face mask.
Right down where the initial contact took place at the 13, 14-yard line, and I believe you're going to be correct.
I think I saw that during all the commotion. Jerry Richardson again shedding defenders like it's his job.
Face mask call against Centralia, so we'll tack on some yardage at the end of that run, and Collinsville will have the ball 1st and goal.
Boy, what a momentum change. I mean, Centralia gets the ball back. They're moving the ball. All of a sudden, turnover. Jerry Richardson takes over. And that could easily take the wind out of Centralia's sails if we go ahead and punch it in here.
Sure can. They're going to mark the ball inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. So Collinsville will have it 1st and goal from there. Kahawks up by 11, looking to tack on some more. Swaggart on the far side. Pennell in the slot. McIntyre and Mosby over here on this side, but I'm going to guess Jerry Richardson's going to get the ball. He does, and he is going to be pushed in for a touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run, Jerry Richardson, and Collinsville goes on top 38-21.
Yes, sir. Give it to the man who got you there, and let him take the accolade home with another touchdown in that talented junior's belt. Great job, Jerry Richardson. Great job, Kahawks, because we all know it doesn't happen without the offensive line and the other guys doing their job.
Eric Stewart says, congratulations, Jerry. That's class act right there.
What a guy. Mr. Stewart I've known for many years, and we're sort of step family members, so we see each other at holidays, and he certainly is a class act and was a great football player from what I understand. It was before my time here, but I've heard he was something to watch back in the day, sort of like Jerry is today.
Yeah, in 1999, I was living in Farmington, Missouri at that time.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. J98, kicking boot country. I had to work a on-air shift 4 hours every day spinning those country records.
Yes,
well, actually,
sir.
by then they were on a computer, so I didn't spin anything. But, yeah, lots of football out there, too, man. We covered, I think 9 different counties out there, so we seemed like I was on a different team every week. Farmington, Fredericktown, Potosi, DeSoto, Park Hills.
Oh, yeah.
You name it, man. I was at a different game every week just about. We had an AM-FM combo out there, so we had one game on the AM and one game on the FM.
Nice.
Yeah.
Corn-fed country boys down there. Probably some
Yes,
good
sir.
high school football.
Oh, yeah, it was great high school football. They don't mess around over there in Missouri either. 8:40 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville, they strike first. A 4-yard run by Jerry Richardson makes it 39-21 in favor of Collinsville.
Down there, I think they say Missouri.
Missouri.
Speaking of
Shoulder.
Missouri, did I see that the young man from East St. Louis committed
Yes,
to
he did.
University of
Sure
Missouri?
did.
What in the world?
There's the kickoff. Goes all the way back to the 8-yard line, and it is taken there and brought up to about the 25-yard line. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be the worst starting field position for Centralia in this game.
Yeah, number 33, the big sophomore, Isaiah Norton, kind of got a shoulder shiver from the return man, and he wasn't having it, and he wrestled that guy to the ground like a grizzly bear.
So Carson Green trots his group back out there, and Centralia, you would figure that they would need to score now to stay in this game.
Speaking of trotting.
That's not trotting. Well, maybe it is when you're 80.
He's moving pretty fast compared to the earlier trips.
Yeah.
He's got that cane moving now.
Get off my grass. Kids on my lawn. Here's a pass, and it comes to the sideline, and hey, come on, let's not do that.
He's already out of bounds,
Yeah,
baby.
McIntyre was already out of bounds. Looked like he wanted to throw down the receiver, Newcomb, but he thought better of it, and the flag stayed in the pockets.
I like the cushion, though. I mean, as much as our corners have gotten picked on, give them a 3 to 5 yard, cushion. Let them make the catch and take them down, especially with the way the score looks. You just don't want to give up those big plays.
Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 now for Centralia from their own 32-yard line. And again, Carson Green in shotgun. Trip wide receivers on the left side of the formation. One over here on the near side. That's Newcomb. And again, Johnson, the big running back, is the lone setback as Centralia having some trouble collecting this play. They will call a timeout before they end up getting a delay of game. So we'll step aside here in just a moment. Back with more. 39-21, Collinsville on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
Back here, third quarter action at Kahok Stadium, 39-21 in favor of Collinsville. 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Centralia had to burn a timeout. And now they're ready to go on a 2nd down and 5. Ball on their own 32-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson skirts toward the Collinsville sideline, tries to stay in bounds but couldn't. And a gain of about 2 on the play will bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, he stiff-armed Isaiah Norton to the turf. Norton actually walks up to him after the play, pats him on the shoulder and says, hey, nice move. Tip your hat and move on, right?
Right on. So 3rd and short here for Centralia. Collinsville looking to stop the Orphans here and get the ball back in decent field position. 3 wide receivers again on the far side. Norton over here by himself on the near side. Here's the handoff. Johnson gets swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He is down. That's a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Isaiah Norton pats you on the shoulder, says good job, and the very next play meets you in the backfield.
Yep.
What a play.
You and I got a date in the backfield here in about 2 minutes, buddy.
That's right. He flexed his muscles coming up from that one, and I don't blame the young man.
On to punt is Will Graham. Back to collect is Jerry Richardson, and they would be wise not to kick it to number 9. Graham takes the snap. Punts straight up in the air. It's wobbly, heading toward the sideline, and Travion Swaggart catches the ball out of bounds, and he'll be ready to come in and play some wide receiver now as Collinsville will get that ball 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. 7:12 left to play here in this third quarter. (14-13), Granite City leading Belleville East in a Southwestern Conference matchup. East St. Louis losing to that #1 team in the nation from Florida. East St. Louis is in 6A, so there's another team we don't have to worry about facing. Collinsville looks like they're going to be in 7A, and Edwardsville looks like 8A. Here's a snap. Pass goes over to McIntyre. McIntyre, right in front of his bench, gets up to midfield. He is stopped right at the 50-yard line. Actually, they're going to put it down in Centralia territory. No, they're going to put it down right on the 50.
Well, that's what Collinsville needs, anywhere from, 3 to 5 yards. It'd be nice to keep the clock moving here.
Pinnell and Swaggart head out over onto the far side of the field. McIntyre and Mosby over here on the near side. Once again, Richardson, he'll take the handoff. There's a flag right off the get-go, and somebody probably lined up in the neutral zone.
We shall see.
Swaggart and Pinnell were over there, and normally they will ask the referee, "We okay?"
He wants to talk it over with his other side judge.
Yeah, he does. Wants to see if he saw anybody line up in the neutral zone. So the referee will make the call. No flag. So no flag on the play, and it'll bring up a third down and about 4.5 to 5 to go here for Collinsville to pick up a first down. They need to get to the Centralia 44.
Clock continues to move. Just under 7 minutes here in the third period. Beautiful night at Kahok Stadium. A little chillier tonight than we've seen it.
It's supposed to be about this chilly this time of year. It's been unseasonably warm, and not hardly any of the trees have changed colors. Here's a snap, and Colby Anderson's going to keep it and keep it and keep it and keep it and keep it. And he drives forward for a first down.
Nice, determined run by junior Colby Anderson to move the change. He put heart into that run, didn't he?
He sure did. And that was a design play because as soon as the ball snapped to him, he took off. Collinsville looks like they're going to keep it on the ground a lot now as they try to chew up some game clock here. 6:20 left to play in the third quarter. K-Hawks are up 39-21, a comfortable 18-point lead.
Yeah, I'm good with them chewing up my wristwatch clock, too.
Yeah.
We're almost 9 o'clock here. We got a lot of football left to play.
I know. Anderson back to pass, and that's dangerous. So I don't understand why they did it, especially on first down. If you need to pass on third down, do it. On first down, run the ball.
Especially not over the middle, right? Through a bunch of linebackers.
Yeah, and the ball was tipped.
I'm telling you.
I like to err on the side of a little bit of conservatism here when you're talking about chewing up clock. What's the best way to do it? Run.
Well, and you also, I don't think, want to send one of your best receivers across the middle. That's a good way to get him laid out.
So the clock stops on the incomplete pass with 6:05 to play. Two wide receivers on each side, and the handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson goes up the middle after a little jaunt off of right tackle, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. It'll be third down and about 8 to go for a first down here for Collinsville. Now they'll have to throw. Maybe. With Richardson back there, you never can tell, man.
Who knows, man?
He can bust open a game on one moment. And,
I almost wouldn't be mad at one of those read options.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they had success last week versus Alton Marquette with that play, that's for sure. Went to it a few times. Same formation. Mosby and McIntyre this side, Pinnell and Swaggart on the other side, and there's a free 5 yards for you.
Good idea.
Hard count by Colby Anderson,
idea.
and we'll pick up 5, and it'll turn a 3rd and 8 into a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's a couple times, and kudos to our offensive linemen. No matter how many times you do that, it is not easy to jump on those hard counts. So good for those guys for being disciplined.
Now I'd like to see Richardson get the ball. Go away from the pass. Here's a snap. Richardson takes the ball up the middle, and he has a first down.
There he goes.
And he's gone.
Oh, flag.
Flag on the play. Yeah, that's going to come back. Pinnell with a block in the back to spring Richardson, and that one's going to be brought back. And instead of a first down or a touchdown, it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yep, I don't think there's any question about that.
Yep, illegal block in the back against Collinsville. Oh, they call it holding? No, they call it illegal block in the back, yeah. So that stops the clock with 5:04 left to play here in this third, and that'll send Collinsville all the way back to their opponent's 40, back to the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10. Again, same formation. Richardson the lone setback.
You might see the same play.
You might. Here comes Pinnell in motion. They're going to hand the ball to Richardson anyway,
Same
and he's
play.
still got some more room.
And he does the same
And he does the same thing. No block in the back this time, and Richardson will pick up the first down.
Very
Richardson,
nice.
with his running tonight, has set the new single-season rushing record for Collinsville.
Well, well-deserved for a talented and a hard-working young man.
I would imagine that he's probably by now close to 1,300 yards for the season. He had 1,234 after he broke the record in the first half, and now he's just adding on to it.
Bet you he's starting to get some collegiate emails in his
I would
email
hope so.
box.
Here's a read option again, and it pays off in positive yardage. Richardson gets about 5 as Anderson flipped it to him at the last moment. And you were just talking about that, and there it goes.
Yeah, nice play. And again, I'll always call it when I see it. Anderson helps up the orphan defensive end. They pat each other on the shoulder. Pretty good, clean game tonight, right? Like to see that out of these young competitors.
Had a lot of flags early, but flags have kind of slowed down except for, the couple of offside calls and that illegal block in the back call. Here's Anderson again. He hands it off to Richardson. Why not? Let Richardson do all the work, and Richardson gets about 4 more yards, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 for the Kahawks. Clock continues to move. 4:40 left to play here in this third quarter.
Yeah, still a great crowd here on hand at Kahok Stadium.
I don't understand why, if you're watching and you're typing, how do you not know? Unless you can't see it. I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy. 39-21 is our score. Collinsville in the lead. 4:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville looking for another first down. Keep the ball moving. Keep the clock moving. Richardson stands over the right-hand shoulder. It's going to be a Colby Anderson keeper, and he will have enough for a first down. And a little bit more.
He's still going.
Somebody tried to rip the ball out of his hands, and he's like, no.
There's a flag.
Now a late flag comes in, and that might just add on enough yardage to get Collinsville to the 2. Right now the ball down at the 4. Flag came in right at the point of the tackle.
I think that was an extracurricular flag. Seemed to be
Face
some
mask, Centralia. So Collinsville will get half the distance to the goal line from the 4-yard line, so they'll place it down at the 2, and Collinsville will have the ball 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Another chance to add on some more points.
Anderson's like a Timex, right?
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Keeps on ticking. Yeah. My good buddy Chris Madura said last week at the game, he said, it's unbelievable. He said he gets hammered, and it looks like there's no way he'll get up, and then he's right back in the next play. Like
Hard to believe
time.
that. In 2019, these two teams met here on this field, and Anderson was a freshman starting quarterback because Chai was hurt. There's a handoff, and up the middle goes the running back, Isaiah Norton, and Norton scores a touchdown, and Collinsville goes up 45-21.
Hey, we've been waiting all year for my buddy Norton, the big sophomore, to chalk up a touchdown. His brother said last week, I just want to see Zay score once this year, and there it was.
There it was.
Congratulations, young man, your first varsity touchdown.
2-yard run, and Andrew Chai on for the extra point try. Pinnell the holder. Here's a snap. Ball down. Kick is blocked. So it'll stay 45-21 in favor of Collinsville, and the Kahawks are off and running now, and we will take a timeout, and we'll come back in Centralia. We'll get the ball back with 3:35 left to play here in this third quarter, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
Isaiah Norton scores his first touchdown of the year. Coming into this game, he had 9 carries for 57 yards, and the ensuing kickoff back to the 8-yard line again. And moving it up is number 7, Chance Corson, and another flag comes in. This one at the 30-yard line, while the ball carrier got it up to the 25-yard line. And we'll have to wait and see what the flag is. Holding call against Centralia, so that'll back them up even farther. Centralia kind of imploding here late in the first half and here early in the second half. 3:27 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville in control, 45-21. Kahawks are up by 24 points. Somebody won the 50-50. We take donations over here at the Kahawk Sports Network, too. $111. Not bad, eh? Not bad, a day of work of not working. All right, 1st and 10, and a new quarterback is in for Centralia, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Jacob Brooks. And as soon as I can see the number for the quarterback, I will find out what time or what player or something. I'll try to anyway. I'm kind of looking out here, and now they brought the same quarterback back out. I thought the last quarterback that threw the ball was a lot smaller here than Green was, and now Green's back out there. Over the head of the receiver, so 2nd down and 10, stops the clock, 3:23 left to play here in this third quarter. Here's a snap, Green back to pass, throws it, and it's caught, but not a lot of room to move after the initial catch at the 20-yard line by the receiver, and that was Norwood once again. So a modest gain of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, the 2 sophomores, Pinnell and Norton, team up to take down the orphan receiver for a short gain. Another big 3rd down for Collinsville's defense and Centralia's offense.
I thought that was at the 20-yard line, so they'll bring up a 3rd and 6. The guy with the yard marker. Oh, man.
They're going for it.
That is a big hit on the quarterback as he let that ball go. Man, oh, man.
Number 52, Dalton Hersey, bringing down the house on Centralia's
slammed into Carson Green. Green just got that ball off, and he got leveled. 4th down. That'll bring up Will Graham for another punt. And Richardson stands back at midfield.
Yeah, he'll be feeling that one in the morning. Speaking of Ben Gay and Icy Hot.
We were earlier, in case y'all missed that classic from the past. Here's a snap. High end-over-end kick that's going to go over Richardson's head.
Yeah, nice punt.
And he is going to pick it up on the bounce at the 35-yard line. Cuts it up. Spins at the 40. Oh, spun right into a tackle.
Baby.
Big tackle there by Brown. 6'3", 225-pound offensive lineman.
Ooh, boy. Richardson did a spin move, and he woke up to Brown in his grill.
Notice how both of us stayed away from that first name? I'm not sure, man. Jekkies? Jahekis? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother, so.
No clue.
Nope, me either.
No clue. There's a reason you went right back to it.
There was a reason we said Brown.
Right.
Yeah, number 51. Good job. First down for Collinsville from their own 42-yard line, and the Kahawks now just want to run this clock out, man. 2:34 left to go in this third quarter. I would imagine you're going to see Jerry Richardson get a steady diet of handoffs here, and there's the first one. And he gets out of one tackle, runs into another tackler, and carries him with him for about 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, I tell you what, with the playoffs coming up, I mean, I'm almost thinking about putting Norton in there.
I'm thinking about giving some of your starters some rest.
Yeah, giving him some
They probably will
carries.
once the fourth quarter comes around.
Well, I did find out that, and it might have been you that told me this, I don't know, but the fact that we didn't see a lot of starters resting because if we used the underclassmen, we couldn't have fielded a freshman and JV team.
Right.
And so that sort of made sense to me.
Yeah. Freshman and JV teams are over now, though, so they're done
Right.
for the year. Here is Anderson. He's got some room. He's on the run. Oh, boy. All the way down to the 25-yard line. Colby Anderson himself has got to be getting close to over 100 yards rushing tonight.
Certainly does. He's had a great night. He's thrown some great footballs. He's run the ball well, and he is doing a great job of leading this Kahok offense.
Yeah. He certainly does that. He's got a lot of experience. As we mentioned, that game here in 2019 that Centralia blanked us on senior night, 28-0. Colby was the starting quarterback as a freshman.
That seems like 10 years ago.
completed 2 of 5 passes. And Collinsville didn't have a good night that night. Trevion Swagger was a sophomore. He actually was the running back in that game. Anderson goes back to pass. He looking, and he finds number 88, Ryan McIntyre, for a touchdown. Actually,
No,
that's
that is number
Mosby.
8, Mosby.
Mosby, I saw the 8. Got 8 and 88 on the same side of the field.
Man, I'm glad they threw that kid a ball. He works hard. He doesn't get a lot of balls, and good for him to score a touchdown here on senior night at Kahok Stadium.
You ain't kidding there. Collinsville piling on now, 51-21. Kahok's up by 30.
Lights out Centralia.
Here's Colin Ogle to try the extra point.
Coach Delvin Cross embraces Mosby, and you just love to see that. Good. I mean, it just makes his whole night.
And
Sure, it makes
Colin
his
Ogle.
parents' night.
Yeah,
you
Colin
know.
Ogle gets it through. And the Kahawks stretch that lead to 31 points, 52-21 in favor of Collinsville. And the Kahawks are making a statement here tonight saying, we want the home playoff game.
Yes, sir. And like I said, wouldn't that be something for our community? I think you would see a huge crowd, you know, something that we may have never seen here before.
I haven't.
In our time here.
Yeah, our first
You know.
year doing Kahawk Sports Network was in 2011. We just missed the playoff. That was in 2010, which we lost at Danville, big time. So it'll be nice to get a home playoff game, and you finish with that 8-1 record. You're still in like the top 6 in Class 6A, and the way it works, just like the NCAA bracket, you got 32 teams in each class that make the playoffs. Team number 1 will face team number 32.
great.
Team number 2 faces team number 30, or 31. So it goes and goes and goes, and the higher you are up, the lower your competition is down, and you're going to get somebody that you have a better chance to maybe beat.
Now, we would be 7A, correct?
We are 7A,
Class
yes.
7A, yes.
Yes.
Well, good.
The
We'll take all
selection
we can
show, IHSA selection show, is on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. A bunch of us are going down to LC's to watch it.
Oh, great.
After the soccer game tomorrow. We should be back over here by about 7:30. And they'll start with Class 1A and work their way up, so it'll be a while before we get to 7A. Here is another kickoff, and
There's a
this time
hold.
taken by Marvin Myers. Myers scampers all the way up to the 25-yard line, and I don't see any flags.
Trevion Swagger. Well, I mean, that was as plain as day. But, you know, at this point in time, I think that you're probably going to see the flag staying in the pockets most of the time. But that was pretty obvious.
So 1st and 10 for Centralia from their own 25-yard line. That's where they'll begin this drive. And we'll see if they want to bring out any other replacements for some of these guys that have been out here now. And Collinsville up by 31 points. Usually, when you are faced with not making the playoffs, you'll look at some of your underclassmen to see what you got going into next year. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson skips his way across the line of scrimmage and picks up about 5 on the play.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, this would be a great time to bring Gordon back out and give him some reps at cornerback because we're going to need him down the road, right?
I think the guy in the suspenders has thrown a disc.
Oh.
Walking with his hand on his back. Oh, these guys are cracking me up.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm
Kahok
telling you.
Crazies have done a great job this year.
You are not kidding, and they missed it last year, so they're making up for it. Here's a snap. Handoff is going to go to Johnson again, and nope, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. The ball comes out, but they're going to say it was down. And the ball squirts out of Green's hands, but he does pick up about 4. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 for the Orphans.
Yep, that should do it for the 3rd quarter. Clock's at 15 seconds. Play clock's at 26, so that should run out unless they take a snap before the end of the quarter.
Well, see what they want to do.
I'd be surprised.
I would too. And looks like they are going to be content with going to the 4th quarter. Down 52-21. So one more quarter to go for Collinsville to clinch a home playoff spot. We'll tell you all about the 4th quarter in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back at Kahok Stadium, a fresh 12 minutes put up on the board. Collinsville enjoying a 52-21 lead. I did not expect this at all. Such a wide lead here in the second half after that back and forth battle in the first half between these two teams as they traded leads a bunch of times in the first half. I didn't really think for a minute here that we would be starting the 4th quarter with Collinsville up by 31 points.
Yeah, they sure did. It was back and forth, but that was largely due to Collinsville kind of shooting themselves in the foot, to be honest.
Yeah, they were. Here's
Centralia.
Green. Handoff goes to Johnson. He gets stopped in the backfield.
Uh-oh.
Then continues forward. He's being chased from behind, and he is finally brought down on a couple of tackles there. One by Pinnell, and helping out on that tackle was Eric Stuber.
Yeah, Stuber and Pinnell chased down number 21, who's a lot to bring down. Took 2 of them to do it. So that puts the ball in Collinsville's territory for Centralia for the first time in a while.
I know that one of the guys writing for one of the newspapers up in Joliet had a prediction that Collinsville would face Willowbrook in the first round. But we'll see. Everything will be more clearer tomorrow after the selection show as Johnson goes down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Centralia.
Yeah, nice play by sophomore Thomas Kohler, big number 60. Almost committed a horse collar and kind of corrected himself. That was a nice heads-up play by Kohler. He's always been a smart football player as well.
Officials timeout. I think there was an injury, but that young man got up and walked off under his own power. Eli Shaw for Centralia. So that was the briefest officials timeout you'll ever see in your life.
Told you, it's past 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So, Orphans have the ball at the Kahok 41-yard line. Split backs now on either side of Green. Johnson, and Green goes back to pass. He throws it down the middle, and it's almost, oh boy! Anderson almost picked it off. He tipped it in the air far enough for Jerry Richardson to haul down the interception. Is there anything that kid can't do?
That's where you go. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
No doubt, man.
That is a web gem. Holy cow. Anderson tips it. Jerry, the crowd's chanting, Jerry, Jerry.
He's the MVP of this team, that is for sure.
There is
no
doubt about it.
Might be the MVP of the whole entire 618.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Incredible.
Wow.
Well, that is, I believe, the 3rd turnover.
I think so,
Collinsville
yeah.
tonight. Is that right? 3 interceptions, one for Pinnell, one for Anderson, and now one for Richardson.
Kahawks forced 5 turnovers last week. After the previous week, they turned over the ball over 5 times themselves.
People just don't realize winning the playoff game is huge in good high school football.
Oh, yeah. There's a handoff, and it goes to Richardson. Richardson tries the right side. He's got more room, and he's into enemy territory down at the Centralia 37-yard line.
And he immediately looks for the official to hand the football to. Like the gentleman that he is, right back to the huddle and back to business. Another day at the office. Here comes sophomore Isaiah Norton. That's who we were looking for. Let's give Mr. Richardson a break. I believe he's done enough here tonight.
Yeah, I think so. How much?
28 more yards. And Richardson would have 200 yards. I'm good with him not getting that mark tonight.
Somebody was asking if Richardson had a chance to break the single game rushing record, and if he's close to 200 yards, he's not anywhere close to the 313 yards that Eric Stewart put up back on October 8th of 1999 versus Alton.
Holy cow.
313 yards. Yeah. Richardson was on that list. He had 212, so he might be able to break his own mark. He was number 6 on that list. Demetrius Collins back in 2001 versus Muscuda had 263 yards.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So there is
Here comes Norton.
Handoff
Come on, baby.
to Norton, and he breaks a couple
Yes,
of tackles.
sir.
Almost knocked over the referee on his way down there, too. And Richardson probably done for the night on both offense and defense, I would assume.
Isaiah Norton came through like a freight train.
When you start getting down here into the latter part of the fourth quarter, I think it's time to take most of your starters out and keep them fresh for next week.
Yeah,
we'll see if you have a football game on Friday night or on Saturday afternoon.
And here's a good example. You've got Mindre Kroom, you know, the 5'8" running back and linebacker, hobbles off the field and getting attention by the trainers. So you hate to see anybody go down at this point in the game.
There's a handoff, and it goes up the middle. Matter of fact, Collinsville, if they are going to host a playoff game, they're not going to be able to do it next Friday. Next Friday is the sectional championship soccer game. So
normally playoff games are on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it'll
right?
probably be
Saturday morning,
Saturday afternoon 2 o'clock game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 3A sectional is going to be here Friday night, Tuesday night and Friday night. 8:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter, 52-21 in favor of Collinsville. And the K-Hawks are knocking on the door again. Mosby and McIntyre on the far side as receivers. And over here you have Swaggart alongside Isaiah Gordon. High snap. Anderson takes it and then throws it over the head of Swaggart, and then he runs into one of the defenders, number 2 against number 2, Marvin Myers. And Swaggart flexing.
Well, you got cheap shotted.
Yeah.
And it was right in front of the referee. Normally, Travion would do something silly. He didn't. He pulled a comedy show.
Good. I tell you what, Swaggart's got a good sense of humor.
Oh, man. That was awesome. The referee just grabbed him and turned him around and said, back to your huddle, young man.
3rd and 7 for Collinsville. 8:25. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass. And same formation. Damian Swaggart lining up as the running back. And now we're going to have an offside call against Centralia.
Man, when's the last time you saw a hard count up 52-21
Uh-huh.
on a 3rd down? Oh, in baseball, your next batter would get thrown at.
Yeah, you aren't kidding there.
Oh, man.
Damian Swaggart is the running back now instead of Richardson and instead of Isaiah Norton. Anderson takes a high snap, hands it off to Swaggart. Swaggart stiff arms and then gets taken down, and that's going to be a flag and I believe another face mask. We got some comedians out here.
That was Colby Anderson's dad.
Yeah.
Said, hey, shocker, they grabbed another helmet. And, you know, again, with football, it's a safety issue, right?
Yeah, personal foul. face masks, so half the distance to the goal line will be this one.
You can deal with a lot of things, but grabbing face masks and necks and heads is just not – it's something – I'm glad the referees are on that as much as they are. It's a safety issue.
So the ball is placed at the 6. I believe that's where the first down marker was. Yep, and no first down now. So first and goal for Collinsville from the 6-yard line.
I think we're going to try to get Swagger to touchdown.
Oh, that's another high snap. Must be a new center. Here, Anderson got out of that, throws it in the back of the end zone, touchdown! Travion Swaggart. There's another late flag. Too much celebration going on for Collinsville on the field of play.
Colby Anderson is hot.
Yeah, he is. So Swaggart, a 6-yard pass. And Collinsville up right now.
We'll take it on the kickoff, I believe.
Yeah. It was after the touchdown, so the touchdown's going to count.
Yeah, that's number 24, Caleb Wright. The 5'10", 215-pounder out of Centralia is having trouble keeping his head out on the field. A lot of Collinsville fans are asking to have him ejected from the football game.
58-21, Collinsville looking to tack on an extra point, but they're short one guy. Plenty of time on the play clock, though,
Here comes
20 seconds.
Mr. Mosby.
And Colin Ogle on to try another extra point here. 8:08 left to play, fourth quarter. There's the ball down, and the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 59-21. Collinsville extends their lead all the way out to 38 points. And the Kahawks, they are making no mistakes about it. They wanted that playoff game to be right here on their turf. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, Centralia will get the ball back again, and that'll happen here in just a little bit on the Kahok Sports Network.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Travion Swaggart hauls in a 6-yard touchdown pass. And earlier, a 30-yard touchdown pass, so a couple of touchdowns for the senior on senior night. And Collinsville ready to kick the ball off. Back to Centralia. Hopefully one final time. I don't know. Well, I tell you what, if it wasn't for these mixed extra points and these missed two-point conversions, we'd have a running clock right now.
That's right. Sorry, Todd. I had to finish my chili
That's okay,
dog.
man. You do you over there. All the way back at the 1 is that kickoff. And taking it around the corner is Myers. And Myers is going to be lucky to get back up to the 20. And now this becomes the worst starting field position for Centralia tonight.
Yeah, he kind of took the bait of running lateral instead of north and south. So he ran a long way, but doesn't have much yardage to show for it. Here come the Kahawk defenders. Number 13,
That's
Colin
Ogle. Yeah.
Retrieves his kicking tee.
Where'd they kick that ball off from? The opponent's 40?
45, I think.
Man. 7:59 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 59-21, Collinsville leads by 38 points. Green in shotgun again, hands the ball off. That is not Johnson because he's not nearly as big as Johnson, but he gets some Johnson-like yards as Marziel Marshall. I wonder if they call him Eminem.
Stop.
Marziel Marshall carries the ball for about 8 yards. It's just trying to be entertaining.
Up to reality.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. It was a nice run by Mr. Eminem, though.
Yeah.
did a little side step, went straight north and south, got himself 8 yards on the carry.
Looks like they also have Caleb Wright in there at running back, split backs now. And the handoff will go to Wright this time, and Wright gets spun around by Norton, and he'll pick up a first down, Will Wright. And that'll move the chains for Centralia. But the clock is...
Stop the clock.
Yeah, the clock stops while the chains move, and then it starts back up. So 7 minutes and 10 seconds and counting here.
Stop. That clock stopped for about 2 seconds.
I know. Because the hometown clock operator.
Thank you, Jesus.
All the way over to the far sideline. Caught by Tabor. Tabor, in front of his own bench, picks up about 5. And that'll bring up a second down and 5 for the Orphans.
Man, Tabor laid a nice hit on 88, Ryan McIntyre. McIntyre kept his feet, but that was a nice aggressive action by the Orphan receiver.
Well, I said in the beginning of the game during the pregame show that Collinsville scored 54 points last week. They did that earlier in the year, too, against Granite City. And that was the most points scored in a game since a 59-28 win over Edwardsville in Week 4 of the 2008 season, and that has been matched here tonight.
Man, nice play by number 2, Travion Swaggart, to save a touchdown. I mean, he just got low and wrapped up, and unfortunately, the Orphan running back hasn't gotten up off the turf yet.
Yeah, that's
I think they're
Caleb
gonna
Wright.
help him up now.
That's Caleb Wright. He's being helped out by some of his teammates, and Centralia gets the ball in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 49-yard line. So a fresh set of downs for Centralia. Yeah, I saw that too. I'm like, really? We beat Edwardsville 59-28 back in 2008?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, the more I think about that, that seems a little hard to believe.
Yeah. Connor Rogers lines up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. Xavier Coke is in the slot. And it looks like we have Chance Corson in at quarterback now for Centralia. And he'll take the snap. He'll hand the ball off. And not a lot of room to move, but somehow or another, Marshall got out of that.
Yeah, nice run by Mr. Marshall. And you're going to see Richardson come off of the field. Mr. Mosby's going to come on the field. And clock continues to run. We're at 5:40 left in the fourth period of what looks like will be a Collinsville victory.
Well, Lord, if it's not, we got some problems.
Convincing victory, right?
Up 38 points with 5.5 minutes to go. If we lose this game, I don't even want to watch.
Right.
I'll close my eyes.
We quit.
I quit.
KHawkSports.com, no more.
Yeah, I'm done. Collinsville trotting out some of their youngsters as well. Here comes DeMarcus DeBow, the junior, 5'6", 138 pounds. He's my size.
Well, something tells me that if you and him met head on,
I'd lose.
Size wouldn't matter.
I'd lose. He's a lot younger than me. There's a run up the middle, but it didn't get very far. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
I think younger is only part of the problem.
Yeah, well, I haven't weighed 138 pounds since I graduated basic training back in 1981.
Oh, man. I don't.
82, sorry.
Hey, I wouldn't want anything to do with one of those collisions at this point in my life either.
We were here a couple weeks ago, and I was talking about Delvin Cross, how I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. His family was listening to that. I came into the LCs after the game. He's like, dude, my family was cracking up.
That's for sure.
He's a good dude, though.
Yes, he is.
Corson takes the snap. Back to throw. He throws, and it's intercepted. Oh! Collinsville interception. Big interception by Jeremiah Mosby. And Collinsville has forced a fourth turnover in this game. And Centralia is going to be going home on a long bus ride, and it's going to be very quiet.
What a night for the transfer. Mosby, number 8. Like I said, he's a workhorse. He doesn't get a lot of touches. Tonight he gets a touchdown. He gets an interception. That young man is pumped up on the field, Todd. Good for him.
You are not kidding. I think the whole team's pumped up. These guys aren't going to be able to fall asleep till 3 o'clock in the morning. 4:09 left to go here in this fourth quarter. K-Hawks already in Orphan territory. And a fresh set of players out there for Collinsville. Here is, I believe, that is, Amari Rogers Parrott again. Saw him last week against Alton Marquette in the fourth quarter. Late comer on the far near side here. Oh, there's a fumble, but it's picked up by Swaggart. Swaggart, he'll run and get a first down. A low snap that never made it into the hands of Rogers Parrott. Picked up by Damian Swaggart, and Swaggart runs for a first down.
Swaggart carried half of Centralia with him.
Sure
that
did.
First down marker. Holy cow.
Are you okay? Now we're going to bring in Aaron Phillips as a running back. Oh, boy, this ought to be fun. 326 pounds. He takes the handoff.
Boy.
He rumbles. He
Yes,
stumbles.
sir.
He goes forward. He spins, and he's down after about a 9-yard gain.
Talk about having some fun. Good for Colton Rhodes, good for these Kahawks, and good for Big Aaron.
Man, you ain't kidding.
That's like when the Bears used to bring in the fridge Perry.
Yep, you got that right.
Holy cow.
William the Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah, those linebackers are like, whoa, what about this, coach?
What are we supposed to do with that?
What is this thing coming my way?
Swaggart comes back in as running back. Oh, boy. 3 minutes left to go in this one. And then the Rowan and Martin comedy hour will come to a close.
You need to get us to bed.
I'm telling you. Here's Swaggart picking up another first down. There's a flag thrown in the backfield. That'll be holding. And
here comes Big
here
Aaron.
Comes back.
He's feeling himself
I want
now.
the ball again, coach.
That's right.
Give me the ball again. Moline over Joliet West in that soccer regional. So Moline will move on to sectional play. And Collinsville will get backed up after that holding call. It'll be a 2nd down and 12. We're allowed to have some fun up here, kids. We have done many, many of these games where it's not been fun.
Okay, we've got a different lineman back there now, Todd.
Yeah, we do.
79.
Big number 79.
Oh,
rumbling and bubbling.
baby!
Kevin Mesa. Kevin Mesa picks up 12 yards and gets a first down.
Holy cow.
The biggest guy on the team, 326 pounds, 6'3", or excuse me, that's Aaron Phillips's numbers. Mesa is 355 pounds. He's the biggest guy on the team.
That is called momentum coming at you.
Man.
Holy
That's
cow.
like trying to stop a big old boulder rolling downhill. Good luck with that.
Awesome. Now we've
It's
got
like-
a different tailback.
I think that's Swaggart coming back in again, I think. Not
No,
sure.
this is the junior, number
okay.
16.
Uh-oh, a fumble. And it's still on the ground. And it's picked up by Centralia. And they'll bring it forward to the 35-yard line. So the Orphans will get the ball back with 1:57 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was just a fumbled snap. Mari Rogers Parrott never had
No, he
that ball.
barely touched it.
Big hugs by the big lineman and Coach Colton Rhodes. Big smiles. Good for them. You know, those guys work their tails off and never touch the football. So time like this, go ahead, Coach, give them the football and let them roll.
Colton Rhodes is all smiles down there. Look at him.
What a great guy. I mean, when all that happened last year, I said immediately, I hope they hire Colton for the job. And they did. And
Yeah,
boy,
they used Coach Agoda to finish out that season.
what a good decision that's turned out to be.
Here is Colson. He'll hand the ball off, and nothing doing there. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the final push there.
Rogers Parrott back in the game on defense.
That was Landon McDonald running the ball for Centralia. And we are down to the final 95 seconds in this one. Collinsville going to finish the season 8-1, and they will have a first-round playoff game probably 1 week from tomorrow here at Kahok Stadium.
I guess we just made weekend plans for next weekend.
I guess we did.
Todd.
Hopefully I'll have a sectional championship game to do Friday night in soccer and then come out here for a little playoff action as Collinsville will look for their first ever playoff victory next week.
Man, oh man, how about that? What a deal.
You think it was loud and crazy out here tonight, man. The Kahawks pick up a playoff victory next week. If this place had a roof, it'd be blown off.
Yeah, no. This
well, the
place
press
would
box
be-
has a roof.
This place would be rocking. You're going to see tailgates. I mean, you're going to see it all. It's going to be great.
Especially a Saturday afternoon game.
It's going to be like a college football atmosphere.
Yeah, I agree. Under 45 seconds to go, and a little confusion back there by Centralia. They're going to run out of time on the play clock. Down to 2-1. There's a snap, and it's bobbled. And Colson is brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and that should just about do it. And they don't have to run another play if they don't want to, and it's Centralia facing 4th down and 11, and they might not want to run another play.
I don't know why you would. No, they're walking off. That's ball game.
Yeah, that is going to do it.
Congratulations, Kahok.
Collinsville will win this one tonight by a score of 59-21. I don't know what happened to my camera. I guess we ran out of time. It's time for the postgame program brought to you by Cafe Agape. Cafe Agape in Collinsville. They have some fantastic food. They offer catering and some of the best home-cooked food around, as well as that Kahok chicken sandwich. Give Cafe Agape a call at 345-2233. That's 345-2233. Post-game show comes your way in just a moment on the Kahok
Cafe
Sports Network.
Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight, 59-21, and the Kahoks finished the season at 8-1 and have secured themselves a home playoff game, most likely 1 week from tomorrow. Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator, joining us now on the post-game program. Well, you know, we've talked about it all year long, and you can't even get away from it. He's forcing us to talk about him by the way he plays, and I'm talking about the one and only number 9, Jerry Richardson.
I don't know. I've kind of lost words for him. You know, you think you have him down at the 20, carries 2 guys to the 10, and then somehow they just slip off. I have no idea. Like, sometimes up top, it's just amazing just to look at him and you just have your eyes wide open because you never know what he's going to do.
That's very true, and we've seen that tonight. We have seen him take punt returns back for touchdowns, kickoff returns back for touchdowns. He's caught passes for touchdowns. He's obviously ran for touchdowns. Tonight, he had an interception.
And he almost took that one back, too. He slipped on himself, but, I mean, we'll make fun of him for it. You know, I was hoping for all 5 kind of touchdowns for him, but – you know, I'll settle for a punt and a receiving and a rush. That's all right. I'll take that every game.
He got the single-season rushing record tonight, passing up Eric Stewart.
Well deserved. Not a doubt in my mind that he would have done it from the beginning. That's just the way he is. He's just such a hard worker in the offseason, such a hard runner. I mean, we see it on the field all the time. It's like I said, you just got to sit back and watch.
Yeah, Colby Anderson had another stellar night at quarterback as well and on the defensive side.
Yeah, that was the best game that Colby has played. We did have an injury at our starting safety this week, so, Colby, you know it. You're in. All right, you got to be careful. You got to make some plays, though, and, making big tackles, making that big interception there, and then just turning around and throwing a touchdown right after that. So, real good job by him. Personally, I think this was his best game of the season.
I did not see a 38-point victory coming here at this game when we were in the first half. That was back and forth. You guys kept on trading leads, but then, man, you guys made second-half adjustments that just killed them.
Yeah, they were pretty athletic, and we knew that going in that it was going to be kind of a shootout. They're slippery. They missed a couple tackles because they're good athletes. So when that happens, they get those big plays, they get those 3 touchdowns, but our offense just kept on chugging. We weren't going to be stopped. And our defense was just like, you know what, go back to the basics, break down, make the tackles. And once we did that, they couldn't move the ball anymore.
So you guys are 8-1. You matched the 1998's team record of 8-1. They had a first-round playoff loss against East St. Louis. We don't know who we're playing yet next week, but man, oh man, how important would it be for this school and this town to witness a playoff victory for the first time ever?
First time ever. I don't know. That's really weird to say. First time ever in school history to win a playoff game. So what better group to do it? I mean, these kids have battled through everything. They've come ready to work all year long, all summer long. Last year with the weird COVID summer, and they just keep grinding. So what better group to come get that first playoff win than this one that we got right now?
All right. I guess are we going to see you at LC's tomorrow night?
Probably. We'll figure something out.
Watching the old show and seeing who we're going to play.
And then Sunday, we're back to work.
Yep.
Celebrate for a day, and then we're back to work on Sunday.
All right, man. Go enjoy this with your guys.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator for your Collinsville Kahawks, as the Kahawks win here tonight 59-21 and finish 8-1 on the season. A nice job by all. We'll be back at you tomorrow from Alton. We have the regional championship game between Collinsville and Belleville East in the boys Class 3A soccer regionals from Public Stadium. We'll be on the air at 4:40 with the pregame show, and the game time is set for 5 o'clock. So a big thank you to everybody. Coach Colton Rhodes joining us on the pregame show, Coach Cordes joining us on the postgame show, and a big thank you to Dr. Chris McCluskey once again putting on the other headset and joining us here for this one. 59-21 final score. And until tomorrow, everybody enjoy the rest of this evening.